everybody. We having a good time? We having a little bit of a kumbaya? Or maybe I could make it a little bit more genty, something like that, you know, like how can I do that? Something like that, right? Nope, sour note. All right, now do a bleh. I couldn't right now if I tried. If I even tried to do anything vocally, I would hack my guts out right now. I feel horrible. Good news is it is passing. So there is that. I need to start vids like this all the time. Oh yeah, Becca, you like Winter Sun, don't you? You know the time solo? I used to be able to play the full thing, but I kind of forgot a lot of it. I need to refresh myself, but I can do the whole, like... Oh, I messed that up. Something like that. Anyway, I need to practice. I need to. It's been a while since I've learned a good song since the Dream Theater solo that cover that I did. But yeah, you'd really like that music channel, by the way. Thank you guys. I don't know. I just kind of pulled it out of my rear end. I don't even actually know how to play Kumbaya. It's really funny. I just, doing it by ear nowadays is pretty easy. But I need to actually learn things all the way through and through. But yeah. And then, I also had the intro that... I wonder if I could play that time solo again, though. What was it? Something like... I can't remember the intro at all. I'll have to do it again. I'll have to really learn how to do it again. Anyway, all the arpeggios, all the fun stuff. Yeah, how y'all doing? Hey, Sav. Hey, Carrie. Hey, K-Pasto. Hey, Air Jeff. Hey, Ed. Hey, Madness. Hey, Natalie. Stargazer. Carrie. Did I get everyone so far? Bugsy, of course. Absolutely. You guys see this mugshot? You see this mugshot? I covered it the other day. And boy, oh boy, is it just ever real. I had a couple of Candace fans come on and tell me straight up that I was full of crap, we got the wrong guy, and I mean, it's just got his birthday and all that other stuff. George T. Farmer, I mean, it's pretty crazy. His truck. Oh, man. Hilarious. Candace Owens has got a lot of explaining to do, and we're going to watch her live stream here. I thought I'd pull it up, but there's also this that leaked too. Kind of going through this thread. Let's go through a lot of her crap. What's going on with this weird pre-record? Okay, let's go all the way in. Okay, what's going on with this weird pre-record on the Charlie Kirk show? An angry lady in the server's costume from an Italian restaurant, and for some reason, a trucker hat tossed some word salad. What are they talking about? And now they're just playing old clips of Charlie Kirk. And then she says, very uncomfortable to watch, painful prompt to read, a speech clearly written by someone else, objectively terrible, so they will now pay for people to tell us otherwise. Also, of everything I've said about Erica, she chooses to respond to something I never said. They always lie. Oh, what did she respond to? But anyway, text message that leaked. Let's see, telling the truth, yes, in person. I assume she's coming to you. This is actually so wild. Candace Owens saying, and she apparently been preparing. It looks like preparizing. That's weird. Preparing, though, since yesterday morning. Been preparing explanations for all the lies they have told, I assume, in Colvette. And man, this is hard to read. Let me put this down. Hold on. Ugh. And all this is so pixelated. Been preparing. Why not just take a screenshot and like actually just upload that instead of a? This is so weird. Anyway, if Colvette and her have any common sense, they see the online narrative and understanding that their support is fading very rapidly, which it's actually not. But okay, she's coming here, and yes, absurd. They need to prepare. Geez, that's actually crazy. I'm so intrigued to hear how it goes. I got your back. Go Max. I'm asking everything. First question. Why did you murder your husband? Huh. Really now? So we actually have a straight-up text message of Candace Owens literally asking Erica Kirk, why did you murder your husband? Now, when people ask me, and I say Candace Owens has literally said that Erica Kirk murdered her husband. And here's a fact, right? They're always like, Candace Owens never said that. And I say, what do you think she meant by calling her a Black Widow? And they'll always pivot and be like, that's not saying that she actually murdered him, even though it directly is saying that she murdered him. But now we have a text message right here saying, first question, why did you murder your husband? I mean, come on. Crazy, right? Crazy. Hey, what's good, Bad Hat Larry? Let's see here. The Destroyer. All right. Y'all ready to watch some candy? Y'all ready to watch some wild candy in the... Come on back from Rome with her buddy Nick Fuentes. Oh, I cannot wait to hear the excuses
All
she's
right,
gonna
you
use.
guys.
Today's also Candace Owens' birthday. She's having a rough birthday today. She's having a really rough birthday. Her drunk husband crashing the car, and she lied about it to messages coming out of Candace Owens literally saying that Erica Kirk murdered her husband. Man, what a tough day today. This is going to suck. This is going to suck for her. Say hi to Timothy. Wait, where's Timothy? Timothy, where are you at, Timothy? Wait, I don't see Timothy on here. Am I missing him? I see Observing Chaos, Mommy of Three Miracles. Hello to all you all. Angie, of course. Good to see you here. Jay, Texas Mother. Michelle. Timothy. Where are you at? Not Timothy. Wait, what? Oh, Texas Mother. Of course. Okay. Hello, Texas Mother. Timothy. That's hilarious. Timothy. Anyway, Con. Good to see you here too, man. Another doll freeze frame for Candy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just, look, I can push fast forward on this. Like, let me get. And we can always get a funny face out. Oh,
Birthday.
Happy birthday. Woo! Look at that. When the, when the yellow spotted lizards come out and they flare up in defense. Oh, I love it so much. Y'all know the yellow spotted lizards? Y'all ever watch Holes? Woo! Am I having too much fun here, guys? I might be still a little bit smooth brain from the sickness here. Oh, man. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, anyway, let's get started, guys.
All right, you guys.
Woo, she's blowing out your... Oh, my headphones. I have these stupid wireless headphones, so... All right, there we go. Man, am I ever picking up some serious... Oh, I'm not picking up interference. It's my X-Effects. There we go. All right, now let's do this.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. I am back from
I bet that's what you did.
Italy.
For your
what
birthday.
did I miss? Apparently a lot. Apparently a presidential award ceremony, whereupon which I was awarded Time's Most Vile Person of the Year. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump. To what do I owe the honor? More
I mean, literally calling somebody a murderer with no proof. That's pretty vile.
importantly, to whom? We will explore that. I gotta say, what I enjoyed most, without question, was the absolute whiplash from Trump's Truth Social post about me, followed almost immediately by their administration crying about the left's rhetoric, right? post-shooting, if that's what we're calling it. I think it's more appropriately
I knew, we all called it. She was definitely going to call it a hoax.
entitled an incident at the correspondence dinner. Like Melania, I have always said I love her. I love you truly, Melania. But this tweet about the left's rhetoric pertaining to
Oh, here she goes, defending the left.
Jimmy Kimmel, referring to him as hateful and violent, his rhetoric. Nope. I got to stop you right there because this feels a little bit like people in glass houses. And speaking of
glass houses, you're going to talk about Laura Loomer, right?
which, Erica Kirk came out today.
Oh, no, you're not going to mention that. Okay.
And she was channeling Janet Jackson in Rhythm Nation. I was feeling it at first. I was like, we're about to get a dance routine. And we didn't get that. Instead,
we got a much sleeker, I don't know, all black look. And this has, do they even look anywhere near similar? No? Okay. I do want this freedom hat, though. That's
something
cool.
horribly scripted. And of course, she lied in my name and on my birthday. Shame on you, Erica. Shame on you. Welcome back to Candace.
Oh, gotta skip that. Nope. Dude. It's just so good.
All right, you guys, quick shout out to Nimi Skincare for supporting today's show. I am very intentional about what brands I work with, and Nimi is one that I actually use. Clean, simple skincare made right here in America.
So don't care.
Win. I just want to be clear, And I don't get to win often because despite my, I can think I got a lot of accomplishments out here. I'm podcasting independently. I had to rebuild my entire YouTube channel from scratch.
From scratch? I only had like the backing of like millions of people before I even got it, thanks to the Daily Wire, which you haven't even properly thanked for that, but okay.
After being gloriously, publicly fired and hanged for suggesting that genocide is always wrong, despite all
yeah, but you blocked me. Your friend actually blocked me for pointing out other genocides, and I don't know why, so that's weird. You're, what was it? The psycho mom, whatever her name is? Crazy lady, crazy village lady. That's it. Yeah.
All of that and taking this podcast #1 globally with a very small team, I just don't win anything. So,
okay, well, let's get on the subject of Jimmy Kimmel now.
You can imagine that when I found out that Donald Trump was publicly announcing naming me, Candace Owens, as Time's Person of the Year, there was this little glimmer of hope, right? I'm not going to lie. Here is what he sent out on Truth Social. He wrote, Candace Owens' stock, which was never very high, has fallen a long way. Her attack on the First Lady of France is despicable. I believe in this case, without verification, she is an extremely low IQ individual. Look at that photo. Ouch. Yikes. I'm not.
Yeah, you weren't having a good day that day.
Looking too hot, right?
Yeah.
And also, like, why? What was going on that day between me and Trump, or even in the previous week? Like, actually, to what do I owe this dishonor? And hasn't he?
You not remember your little public spat with Trump that you had just said, and then he responded to when he saw your video? You really don't know? Okay.
Already said this. Is he kind of repeating himself here? He called me low IQ. He's already asserted that I was uglier than Brigitte. That actually, between the two of us,
you got so mad. It was so funny.
It's not even close. Does he feel like his point was not delivered effectively? The first 4 times that he made it? Yeah, this is actually the 4th tweet about me in the span of 2 weeks from the leader of the free world. What is going on? Before we get to who demanded that the tweet be sent, it wasn't Trump. We should address the points that are made within it, because what actually was he trying to accomplish with it? What it actually was the administration trying to accomplish with that tweet, okay?
You mean Trump?
Well, the first was a little bit of politicking, to be sure. By now, you are plenty aware that Washington, D.C. runs on blackmail and secrets, right? They send operators out to find.
Okay. Or maybe you've been talking so much crap about Trump and literally talked so much crap about his administration, and you're saying it to millions upon millions of people. Perhaps he is literally coming out and trashing you, saying that you're completely irrelevant, that you suck, that everything you're posting is wrong. Can the guy not defend himself when you're talking crap about him? But it's just so bad when he does that.
Find your deepest, darkest, most humiliating secrets that you wouldn't want the public to know. And
Okay,
once they
post some.
discover these secrets, you're kind of presented with really just two options. One, fall into line, deliver the talking points. If you're in Congress, vote how we want you to vote. If you're in media, say what we want you to say. And we'll make sure the public never finds out. Or, here's your other option, don't stand against us and we will reveal all. We will make your lives miserable. That's how it works. That's how it works in politics. And
it is. Candace was the one who uploaded that photo a long time ago when she was like sick. So yeah, it's a real photo for sure.
It's incredible to me what
you're
people
right
will
on
do, what shame they will put themselves
S-Files.
through, and the statements they will make that we know are abundantly untrue, simply to avoid public embarrassment. And I guess in that regard, I got to give Trump a little credit here.
Man, yeah, you're right, Horsehair. Imagine being a member of the royal family and bringing this hag home. Oh, without a doubt.
Here, because the photo he shared of me, to be clear with you guys, it is real. Yep. It is not AI. People were suspicious. Is this a real photo? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. And you can imagine that was at least refreshing. After 4 days of his top advisor, Laura Loomer, sharing AI photos, illusory stories about drunken hit and runs, and fairy tales about secret trusts to hide money from the Macron, all in this.
She's actually going to straight up deny it, even though we have all of the factual information. That is not AI. Those police reports are not AI. There is no AI that is good enough to make that actually cohesive and coherent. There's no way.
It's like manic fit to try to land a hit on my rather boring life. You can imagine that there must have been some satisfaction when they stumbled upon something that is authentic, right? But you see, the only problem with people who are cartoonishly evil is that they also tend to be equally as dumb. So you can imagine how deflated they are going to feel to learn that the photo that they stumbled upon, my deepest, darkest secret, was actually at first shared by me, okay, on my Twitter account. This was not a found.
I don't care about the photo. We already know, and I already know. I don't actually care about it at all. Why are you harping? Oh, I know why you're harping on the photo. Because you don't want to discuss what Laura Loomer just released on you. That's the problem. She does not want to talk about the literal arrest that her husband got after she denied it. Now the public records are out. Now they're out. Well, I guess it wasn't really public, but now the records are public. Your husband got into a drunk driving crash and could have killed somebody. And you're saying it's a fairy tale. Absolutely disgusting.
And so I will briefly tell you the story as to how it came to be, because I was not that well known in 2019, and so you may have missed it. The story is from 2016, before I had any public profile whatsoever. I had moved into a brand new, newly built luxury apartment, and one night I received a knock on the door from the building maintenance claiming that there was a system-wide HVAC leak. Okay, they needed to then pull the carpet back in a spare bedroom.
I don't care. I don't care about the photo, Candace. I don't care.
Few days later that I woke up and my eyes were completely red and they were pussing, and
I don't care.
In eczema, something that I had previously never had. I'm talking giant patches of eczema all over my skin.
Oh, is this the excuse you used whenever you had a yeasty? Oh, come on. Gross.
Asthma attacks that landed me in the hospital that was in my life, who instantly recognized the picture of all of the symptoms and told me that there had to have been a toxic mold presence for which I need.
Okay. Candace, for the love of God, we don't care. None of us care about the picture. You don't need to explain your gross picture. You uploaded it. It's fine. Let's move on. Let's talk about George's arrest, your husband's arrest. Let's talk about your husband's arrest. We don't need to talk about your nasty.
So separate and sporadic. And just so you know, Trump, I have way
you were eating ice cream. I'm sorry,
than
Scar.
The one that you shared. And it was beyond just physical symptoms.
The Easter Bunny.
Itching, the hair falling out.
Little
Mentally,
Easties,
I was a completely changed person instantly. I was exhausted. I was sleep. Describe it to you all as I just suddenly was not myself anymore. And it was even things that I didn't have to do. And I would become overwhelmed because I couldn't think of how to respond back. Like I was
I genuinely do not care about it. How are we still? Wow, where are we at? Like, dude, let's see. In this whole thing, we are still, let's see, now we're in they're like 15 minutes into this picture. I don't care.
Seemed like an impossible task. So it was sort of going in a couple of months if I felt like, oh, my looks and my brains, how much of my personal
you care way more about your looks than what I even want to discuss. Why are we still talking about this?
Confidence was actually tied to, and Trump, you could free to dispute this, but generally good looking by most people's standards. And I didn't appreciate that.
She is so mad when Trump attacks her looks. I hope Trump keeps doing this. Because she literally cannot help herself. She literally cannot help herself. Yeah, I'm going to speed through this for sure. Yeah, good idea, guys. I'm going to put this on 1.75 until she stops talking about her looks.
I tied that so much to who I was. I used to be able, truly, at the time of my life, I would just pop on a red lip. I was doing the Taylor Swift thing for a little bit and run out of the door without putting on any makeup. I'm going to show you pictures leading up to this HVAC leak. This is a picture of me, a few pictures of me in August of 2016. There's another picture of me before this happened in August. Another picture of me in August of 2016, rocking the red lip, no makeup here, just like doing some hiking with my cousins. Another picture of me.
Oh my God, who cares?
And another picture of just 3 months later. I was sick. I was very, very sick and did not go out. I also didn't have the energy to see anyone. I only let my cousin Mia see me.
She is still going on about this.
Day in and day out. And you have to diet, an unbelievably restricting diet. You cannot have any sugar, not even sugar that is in fruit. A lot. I mean, I am not a big crier, and I can tell you, you wouldn't have known it if you knew me during that time period. And also for the first time in what felt like a very long time, because prior to I had been living in New York City, going out all the time, I started crying again. Wow. I felt like since the first time since, I was living with my grandparents, maybe. In
Have we moved
school,
on?
I hadn't made prayer a daily habit, but I did. And I remember vividly lighting this candle in my bedroom at night and getting on my knees and praying.
She lit the candle because she farted. That's the only reason. She lit the candle because she farted and it sucked. So she got rid of it. You could have opened a window, but you lit a candle instead. Dangerous move. I like the move, though. You're living on the edge there. Explosion may have happened, but you didn't care.
And I will say, I know it's not acceptable, but I was bargaining with God. I remember specifically saying, I don't even care about the looks. I just want my mind's back. I just want to be able to think again.
She's still on the looks.
I just want to be able to write again. I want to be able to have energy again. I want to be Candace. I want to be Candace on the inside. And when it came down to it, that's all I wanted. Not to look like myself, but to be healthy again. I came away from that experience realizing that health is everything. Your health is everything. Your looks mean nothing in the scheme of things. I was happy to accept that apartment. I did that strict diet. Once my skin fully cleared up, and in August of 2019, I started for the first time my political that story. And of course, this is me inserting this, but I felt like God was giving me a little bit of a test before I had life in the limelight. I always think, what if I had instead prayed and said, oh, please, God, give me my good looks back. Take my mind, but give me my good looks back.
Dude.
Anyway,
Trump has broken her. First, he said that she was not as pretty as Brigitte Macron. Now that he posted a nasty picture of her, we are so far in. Not only do I have this 1.75 speed, but I've also been skipping by 5 seconds at a time.
For whatever it's worth, I entered the space of politics with a very real understanding of how fickle it all is. I felt completely upload my first video onto YouTube. She filmed me. If you can find that video on this channel. And as you know, she's still rolling with me today. She was the one I took with press by. I knew the importance of family. So, to you directly, I guess it's important why you could have somebody, people. In fact, there are people who email us daily about their chronic illnesses and tell me how and have no hair, who enjoy listening to get through them. Lowest moment, repeatedly humiliating himself over and over again. And he can continue to do that in front of the world. I will say real power never has to name itself. I am. You weren't even worth replying to. And let's now address the words on the cover of the magazine, which to a lot of people...
We're still gonna go over the freaking magazine? Are you kidding me? This is what you have to do, Candace? I thought this was all about Charlie Kirk. This whole show dedicated to figuring out what happened to Charlie Kirk. And we are still talking about your freaking looks. This is unbelievable. Oh my gosh, Trump needs to do this more often.
Sounded oddly
racist,
honestly. This rich white men. Okay, I'll bump this to you, White House. Please, reporter, ask him.
Well, it's racist because you're married to a rich white guy. But, okay, yeah, use as rich white men. You're literally married to a rich white guy. There's nothing racist about it. And your dumb white dude literally crashed a vehicle and almost killed someone.
Which rich white
While
man
drunk.
have I used in my life? I'd love to know that because it's such an odd thing to say.
Your husband.
All of my exes were poorer than me, with the exception of one. When my husband and I got married, thanks to strict immigration, low down the green card $1 million book deal, then Trump can... What about Laura Trump? Does that only apply, that expression apply, if the person getting married to a white person is...
She was already way richer than you, though. In all fairness.
Black? Is it like literally because I'm black and he has generational wealth? I think to me, yes, my mother did not even graduate high school. My father...
Look at her straight up go into the identity politics as she normally does because she's a leftist. It's amazing, isn't it?
For most of his life, we have... Who cares?
I've never had to skip this much of Candace Owens
This is what's going to bring me to my knees, that I don't come from a wealthy family. And I want people to know that the real driver of the entire random attack.
Don't worry, I'll
from the
slow it back
president,
down.
And the reason why it was.
I'm just trying to get us through this.
Race was actually his top advisor, Laura Loomer. House Correspondents' Dinner.
gosh.
She's already upset about.
Okay, here we go. We're talking about Laura Loomer. Maybe now we talk about George Farmer getting drunk and crashing his truck. That you said didn't happen.
And because she was out there throwing everything, which we'll get to later, making up rumors about me and my family, she demanded a tweet of support from Trump. In fact, that is what does explain the hint of racism behind the tweet.
Okay, Lefty. Sure. There's no racism. There was no racism at all directed towards you at all. It was directed towards your white husband. Your white husband. And you think somehow this has to do with anybody being black. Black was never mentioned. It was she uses white men. Okay. What does this have to do with you being black? A lot of white women use white men. A lot of Mexican women use white men. A lot of Native American women use white men. A lot of them use black men too. A lot of them use Mexican men. But nobody ever mentioned your race, Candace. You are a leftist through and through. You always have been. You always will be.
She is truly manic. And leading up to Trump's tweet, she had been particularly focusing on my race. I will just let you hear the things that she was saying before Trump.
Maybe she has. Let's see.
Rich white men section. Take a listen.
I just remember her always talking about how she wanted to be like a suburban wife. Like she wanted to drive like a black Escalade. She used to talk about how Club Monaco was her favorite store. And she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be.
Man, I want to see what Laura Loomer looked like before she got the plastic surgery though, genuinely. Yeah, I don't know why she got plastic surgery.
Be like, you know, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. Like that's how she literally used to talk. And she would say there was something just like really satisfying to me about being a black girl from the hood, being able to like walk into a ritzy bar in Greenwich and leave.
Dude, Laura Loomer used to look really pretty before all that. Like, not that I'm not going to say Laura Loomer looks ugly or anything like that, but the plastic surgery is just no. This is what she looked like? Don't get women out there, any woman watching, please don't get plastic surgery. Don't get plastic surgery. I cannot believe Laura Loomer used to look like this. That's crazy. Please don't get plastic surgery.
With the hottest white guy there and basically like ruin the relationship of like the popular white girl. This is how she used to speak. And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not.
I mean, that's a little uncalled for, honestly. Nappy-headed. You didn't have to go that far.
Really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. Candace Owens is just one resentful ghetto black bitch. Like that's literally what she is. She's a racist too. Like you could listen to this, and I'm not a racist person, right? Like I don't hate black people, but I say she's a ghetto black bitch because you have to listen to the way that she has so much resentment for white girls. Like white girl.
It makes sense though. She genuinely does hate white women with blonde hair and blue eyes. She hates them. She goes after every single one every single time. It's a little bizarre.
Girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. And you know, I'm
holy
originally
crap, 300 people in here?
Hair
Thank you guys.
eyes, right?
Please hit that like and subscribe.
So much resentment towards me, but listen to the way that she describes how traumatizing it was for her to go on a play date as a young black girl in Connecticut at the home of a wealthy white blonde girl with blue eyes. And she really sees Erica Kirk as that white blonde girl that got everything that she wanted while her mommy and daddy didn't love her.
Actually, don't know that guy.
Mommy and daddy didn't love me, and I was jealous of the white blonde girl growing up who had mommy and daddy, so now I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying every pretty white blonde girl that has a happy family, because I don't have a happy family.
Yeah, a lot to.
I mean, her mom was on drugs. That's like a thing. So, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. I don't need to attack Candace Owens' family. I don't need to talk about it at all. I actually just want to talk about the, elephant in the room, your husband drunk driving and crashing his truck. Which, by the way, guys, 300 people in here. I want to show you guys real quick. Here he is, arrested. Here's his truck, totaled. Look at the rim. Holy cow. Like, amazing, destroyed. Like, here's the obvious George T. Farmer birthday July 5th, 1990, age 33. I mean, it's all here. It's all there, Candace. How about we address that? Let's address this now.
Unpack there. Not really.
She
worth
called it a fairy
unpacking.
tale.
It's just too insane. I do genuinely believe that she is on the brink of needing to be committed again. But the point in all of these lies, I met someone, who goes to the club in who's going to the club in high school? I've never in my life actually been out in Greenwich, Connecticut. Nobody had that kind of money, obviously.
You were born pretty wealthy.
As you just mentioned, following that, but this entire thing, you have to recognize what to pull away from this is that she was going on an unhinged racist rant, and then she was able to make a demand that the president of the United States issue a truth social supporting her mania. And it was a demand, I want to be clear, that I am told specifically that Susie Wiles was staunchly opposed to. Credit to Susie Wiles.
Oh, back in the 70s. Oh, I wouldn't know that stuff. To early 2000s. Don Emus was a radio DJ. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't listen to, well, I didn't really listen to much radio. I'm pretty anti-radio myself. I'm just not a radio guy. I've always done metal music, stuff like that, so I've always avoided the radio.
That she came up against that and said this is a very bad idea, and yet Trump's team overall conceded. The question is why? That's a very important question. Why did Donald Trump concede to a lunatic?
How do you know he conceded anything? Can you prove that?
There has been, of course, a very long-standing rumor that it's because she has blackmail on him, a rumor that I'm reticent to believe, right? Because it's Laura Loomer.
Cool, let's not talk about rumors and stuff. Let's actually get into the elephant in the room.
It has something to do with her having relations, that she went on to Air Force One years ago, as we all knew, and then
rumor, gossip, as Candace does. Please show proof for anything you claim for once, Candace, please.
And telling people that she had relations with Donald Trump. Again, it's Laura Loomer, so don't just take it with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of crack cocaine, okay?
I'd rather not, Candace. I'm not going to do the stuff you do in your spare time.
Point is, we are now able to demonstrate that she's able to force the administration's hand, okay? So do I believe what she is going to allege, whatever they're afraid of?
Well, let's see. Prove it.
Probably not, if I'm being honest. But is she now threatening them into compliance, or she will make his life a living hell, as she says? I won't stop. I'll post your grandkids, your mother, your father.
She never said any of that. She's posting literally George's arrest record. And that's exactly the type of face I would expect you to make right there. Perfect. Good job.
I won't stop until I get what I want. Probably. They probably just don't want to deal with Laura Loomer. Either way, that is a type of blackmail in my view. That's a type of emotional blackmail. Okay?
Oh, Candace, we all know you only go for white males. Come on. Let's stop with this. Nice.
And that very real notion that our president, who it seems randomly attacks people on her behalf. So when you're wondering, why did he send out this crazy tweet about Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly? If you go onto Laura Loomer's feed, you will see that it's her focus of the week. It's whoever Laura Loomer happens to be attacking. That should be noted. Because there is no way in hell that Donald Trump, who has never, by the way, pushed send on his own tweets, that was the job initially of Dan Scavino during his first term. And now it's been widely reported that on Truth Social.
I'm glad the guy types and pushes send, but it is what Trump says. Trump tells the guy exactly what to say. We know it's Trump. We know it's Trump. Nobody else makes statements like Trump, okay? There is no way there's another guy sitting there typing away everything without Trump knowing. There's not a chance, because those words are 100% Trump's. Nobody could fake that.
Well, that's the job of Natalie Harp. Trump is not using AI to doctor that. He did not hit send on that. And the question that journalists should be asking is who did it and why? And we are going to leave that open-ended as of now. But I did want to reply fully and let them know that I am not in any way embarrassed by that, and I will not be playing DC blackmail games. We'll be right back after a quick break.
So you're not going to quite address the, not going to address the issues right now, huh? Okay, well, let's see what this one's
Also want to tell you guys about the wellness company.
Oh, God, we're still in the advertisements. Wow. Do you have to do 4 of them all in a row? Or is it 5 in a row now? Good Lord, Candace, come on. Greedy.
Okay, just a quick LOL. Someone in the
And if you guys don't want me to have any advertisements too, just hit that like and subscribe button. That's all I ask for. So, you know, just trying to grow the channel. No advertisement. I don't want to do ads. I don't think I really want to do ads on this channel at all, really. I don't know. Seems like more of a hassle than anything, to be honest.
Chat just asked this, and it reminded me of this exact same conversation I had with my husband. It's one of these words that doesn't make it over the pond. Someone
It's, hey, husband, where have you been all night, and where is your truck?
said, "What's nappy?" I'm from the UK. So in the UK,
Yeah, black people don't exist in the UK, guys. Just, what? Okay.
nappy is a pamper, a baby's pamper. So when they say, like, I need a nappy, they're
Oh, maybe, okay. I guess to a degree, maybe they could be confused to a degree. But really, you don't understand what nappy, like your hair getting all like everybody that has long hair can have nappy hair to a degree.
referring to a baby's pamper or diaper,
You don't take care
as
of
we
it.
say. But in America, for the UK people, a nappy is an expression that's used to describe like a coarse hair. So she's just describing African hair. So when you call
No. What? No. Nappy is when your hair gets literally almost dread-like. What are you talking about? It's like knots and stuff all in your hair. What are you talking about, Candace? What?
somebody nappy-headed, you're calling them African-headed, essentially. So it's not so offensive in the UK.
Let's
Maybe
see.
it is.
Am I wrong
Nobody
about
wants
this?
to be a diaper head, but that's the translation for you. Also, on the point about me hating blondes and blue eyes, my team is shocked. Ashley, the producer, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah. Murney, okay, so it's like coily, frizzy texture of black hair, often suggesting it is dirty or unclean. Yeah. Duh. It's about you not taking care of your hair. You obviously don't have nappy hair. You could run a brush right through that, and I guarantee you it's not snagging on anything. Okay.
Savannah, blonde hair. Bella, blonde hair, blue
So dumb.
eyes. Who scrolls on our prompter? So this is
I should
definitely
know more
news
about
that
this
I
than you.
hate people with blonde hair and blue eyes. Anyway,
Oh my God.
Speaking of Erica, obviously, because she name-checked me today, let's just back this up. Everything
Oh, okay. So
went
now we're off the Laura Loomer stuff. You're not going to talk about. Oh, no. You're not getting out of this, Candace. Come on. Address your husband's arrest. Address him drunk driving and crashing. He could have killed somebody, and you're not going to address this at all? Literally, for anybody new here right now, George T. Farmer, literally arrested August 10th, 2023. Literal same birth date, July 5th, 1990. Come on, Candace. Don't sit there and tell us at the beginning that this is some sort of fairy tale and then not address any of the evidence that she posted. This is ridiculous. There is no way Candace Owens could still have fans after all this, right? I mean, this is so ridiculous. Yeah, white girls who are gross, trailer trash, yeah, they get nappy hair too. Exactly, Anna. Like, it's, I guess not necessarily trailer trash, but just women who don't take care of themselves in general. Yeah, anybody can get nappy hair. It's just literally you not brushing your hair out and washing your hair.
down while I was in Italy, right? I came back. Suddenly there were all these reporters.
Yeah, no wonder he has to drink.
Who were
Yeah.
in ball gowns at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, sharing clips.
The name is Bale, okay?
Down at the crowd, taking selfie videos.
Oh, she might be talking about an actual ball, but she keeps calling him
sharing their survivor
He
stories.
got a black eye, I wonder.
They're now
Wonder how.
apparently thug life. I think Brian Stelter is about to get that tattooed across his abdomen.
Oh, God.
He's survived. He's a survivor. What did they survive? Vietnam, the streets of Compton.
Can we get to
Actually,
any
it turns out that it's more like the streets of incompetence, because what actually happened? Well, a man stormed a security check at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And then Secret Service agents, and only Secret Service agents, began firing their weapons. That is the latest. And as soon as I saw the video, I was like, I think nobody can fire a gun that quick. I think it's actually friendly fire.
Nobody can fire a gun that quickly. Pop, 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 pop. That's it. Really? It's not. It wasn't even very fast. And yeah, I do believe that it's very good possibility that it was friendly fire. Yeah, it probably most likely was. It happens. Guess whose fault it is when that happens, though? It's the criminals. Just like if 4 people were to break into a dude's house and let's say 3 people get shot in the house and one guy runs off and survives. Guess what that 4th guy's getting charged with? He's getting charged for the murder of 3 people. Did you know that? Most people might not even know that. That's not a big deal. I don't know why these people are, oh, look, it was friendly fire. See, he didn't even hit anyone. What are they going to charge him with? The fact that they had to discharge their weapons because he ran in there to try and murder the president means that he is going to get charged with the friendly fire that took place, because they never would have had to have discharged their weapons whatsoever if you weren't running in there trying to commit a crime. You get charged with that. If somebody gets hurt because you tried to break the law, you get charged with that person getting hurt, even if it wasn't directly your fault. It was indirectly his fault that these people, holy crap, 413 people in here. What's happening today? Thank you all. But literally, it is this dude's fault that friendly fire took place. Therefore, he will get charged with the friendly fire. This is not a difficult, like, thing whatsoever if you know what you're talking about.
Fire. Here's the latest headline in the Washington Post. It reads, video shows moment, Secret Service officers fired at correspondence dinner suspect. And then it says surveillance footage reviewed by the Post provides the clearest picture yet of the seconds after the alleged gunman bolted through a checkpoint inside the hotel. In addition to this, Evan Hill, who is an investigative reporter for the Washington Post, wrote on his X that a Secret Service officer fired 4 times at Cole Allen and in the direction of other security personnel.
I would say probably fire that Secret Service agent, though, for missing, first of all, and also striking, like, friendly fire in general. I probably wouldn't want to have that guy on my team anymore either. So that kind of sucks. But, so he shouldn't have tried to run past all that and try to go after Trump.
Charged a security checkpoint. A post review of surveillance footage has found there is no indication on the footage that Allen fired his weapon. So to be clear, after all of that, it's hard to say a shooting happened, right? Nothing happened.
No, it did happen. Shots were fired. Doesn't matter if it's from Secret Service. The guy was armed with a shotgun, a pistol, and a knife. He tried to run through the security checkpoint. Okay. He had his intention and he had his manifesto released, where he said he was trying to harm not only Trump supporters, but Trump himself. It's very much that simple. It does not matter at all. I don't understand why Candace Owens is this low IQ.
In that regard,
she needs
or I
to
guess
try
the
better.
implication that this was a shooting that came from this outsider. And the majority
Nobody said it did.
The people that were inside could not even hear or distinguish the sound of what was going on. They connected the dots, of course, on the basis of the Secret Service then rushing the president out, which it would be scary, obviously. Like, what the heck's going on? Which I think a lot of them thought, like, why are they moving him?
Yeah, Candace is hardcore running cover right now for the guy who just tried to assassinate Trump. Isn't that crazy how that works?
Actually, I got to give a rare kudos to Andrew Colvett. Now, in a couple of minutes, I will be dissing him. But a rare kudos to Andrew Colvett, who, when he recounted the story, was actually honest. He said he heard a sound. He honestly did not know what it was. It could have been plates crashing. If anybody, by the way, has been in the presence of a shooting, I have, because I lived in D.C. and I lived in New York, and you hear guns go off, sadly. Unless you see it, you're not sure. It's like a pop. It's a pop sound. And yes, it could be,
it's just a pop
as he is describing, plates crashing. What is that?
She actually has not ever heard anything go off then. That's not even close. I live literally pretty close to rough areas in Tulsa. Not crazy close. Pretty close to Tulsa. You know what I mean? And I've heard a lot of there. It's loud. Even from far away, it could still be pretty loud. I'm sure all you all have heard a shot before. I guess Candace has been pretty lucky to where she hasn't had to deal with that. What do you mean? It's just a little pop? Like a little, like, really? Like, what are you talking about?
Okay. Now, despite this actually being a story, we were immediately inundated with social media posts. And
the way she describes gunfire actually sounds exactly like what happens when you capture a shot from a microphone. That's kind of funny to me, because that means she's only heard shots on TV.
For some reason, the star of the would-be
balloon
saga
pop is not the sound.
Was none other than Ms. Erica Kirk. Somehow, at the exact right moment, and amidst all of the chaos and the subsequent lockdown, someone had captured the exact moment that Erica Kirk was walking out and captured the audio of her saying this.
I just want to go find
Okay. So the clip was first shared by Sarah Seidner. She is of CNN. She's a CNN reporter. But I noted pretty early on, I thought that was pretty precise for her to have recorded that.
No, nappy hair is definitely derogatory. 1,000,000%. Like, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I said that. I said Laura Loomer shouldn't have said that. I think that was a step too far. That was the only thing she said, though, that was over the line.
On air talent, so it would be unusual for her to just be like trying to get things behind the camera. Anyways, she stopped short, I've looked everywhere, of ever saying that she herself recorded it, which I found to be interesting. That's interesting to me. And so I reached out to her on Instagram ahead of the show. I reached out yesterday and I think the day before on Instagram, on Twitter, and via text, asking her to simply confirm that she in fact shot the video and that it was not given to her by somebody else.
Oh, okay. So it was definitely, what, did she say Erica Kirk shot the video? Or was she doing a little bit of this? You know what I mean? Before she went out there? She a secret ninja?
Got no response. I would like to confirm that she actually shot that footage. Actually, there are other people that are in the corridor who have cell phones. I'll put a bounty on it. I will offer $10,000 to somebody who has the opposite side footage. And I obviously will not run your name. I will protect you. If you have that opposite side footage of the person who caught that footage, $10K is yours, no questions asked. Okay? More tips at CandaceOwens.com.
Candace Owens is one of us, guys. Just letting you know, Candace Owens is one of us. The elites, yep, they're separate. You know what I mean? She's just one of those good old hardworking women.
Anyway, I bring this up because what would have just been Erica's reaction somehow became the focal point of the entire event, right? And we were getting lectured. I don't know how it happens that Erica goes out and we get lectured, but it happened again by golly. And Baron Coleman happened to notice that as well. And here's what Baron Coleman had to say.
Oh, God.
And maybe innocently, Erica just happened to make an excited utterance. I just want to go home. And she just happened to say that right as she crossed the only camera that captured her leaving. I could accept that.
Can you?
I could accept that.
Let's hear it. Let's hear you accept it.
I could accept it.
But
if it hadn't gone viral. I could accept
if millions of people hadn't seen it. Oh, okay. Oh, only because everybody saw it. Now it's not real. Are you insane? Now that it's got a lot of views, it's you can't accept it anymore. Sounds to me like you could never have accepted it. Period. Only because a lot of people retweeted it, like myself, because obviously I'm just in on this too, guys. Everybody else, the millions of people who retweeted this, they're all in on it. All millions and millions of people keeping their lips sealed on, what really happened. Yeah, that makes sense.
If we didn't get hit with a relentless onslaught of simps lining up to promote her in this moment and kick off Operation number 2 of the night. Operation 1 was Operation Ballroom. Operation 2 is Operation Erica Kirk.
Correct.
The ballroom's happening no matter what. They never needed this to complete a ballroom. It's happening, thank you. Lori Love says, you are definitely on target with calling her out, Artie. Thank you so much for that 10. That's very nice of you. Genuinely, thank you so much, guys. Y'all are amazing.
The president sort of faded into the background last night. The vice president sort of faded into the background.
They were taken behind stage.
Who really rose to the top. One is a building that hasn't even been built yet, a ballroom. And the other is a woman most of us had never heard of 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Erica Kirk.
Wow.
Operation Erica Kirk. So I might have been able to buy that.
These are the facts, okay? Baron Coleman
what
is
facts?
telling
What
the truth.
What facts did he drop? What truth did he drop? What? He gave an opinion. What?
That's why people are going to hate him. They hate the internet because we clock this stuff so instantly. It was just weird. The ballroom, Erica Kirk. Oh, and then suddenly, again, I'm being tweeted at. Next thing you know, we are all being lectured by neocods across the internet. We're being called sheer evil, psychopathic, because Erica Kirk opted into another social calendar event, okay?
Oh, right. It's her fault she got shot at, Candace. It's her fault, right? Not shot at, but it's her fault that she had to experience another incident, another attempted assassination. It's Erica Kirk's fault. Because she opted into an event. Candace, you have said for the longest time now that there are French assassins after you. And here you are playing around in Rome and traveling everywhere, taking a vacation every 2 weeks. I mean, it's just sickening at this point. Literally sickening. Where is this French assassin? Apparently, he's not doing his job at all. because you're out in public all the time. You're going out to public events. You go to Catholics for Catholics. You go to Rome with Nick Fuentes and Ian Carroll. You go to all these other places openly. You see literally Cabot Phillips in public. In public. This is one of the guys that's apparently in cahoots with TPUSA. One of the guys who's probably trying to get you ended. And yet you just run into him in public, unprotected? This French assassin sucks at his job, I could tell you that.
An event that did not in any way require her presence, one which not even Charlie Kirk had ever attended. Or President Trump, for that matter. As the president, he never attended any of these correspondence dinners. And yet, it's somehow our fault again.
Yeah, we know. It was news that Trump attended it because they literally said he broke the streak of him not having this correspondence dinner. Then he decided to have it. So what's your point?
We were not invited, and it's always our fault, right? I'm just getting flashbacks to UGA.
Yeah, it's your fault you weren't
her
invited.
Appointment. We weren't going. We didn't speak about UGA. We didn't say don't go. Suddenly, we got the vice president lecturing us about not keeping Erica safe, right? Neocons, same thing, hitting hard with the repeat lecture about a grieving widow who apparently we're all now somehow responsible of. They just turned her into one of our kids out of nowhere, right? It's all our fault because if you noticed anything about Erica Kirk, this is the reason why she went to this social calendar event, okay? I just want to be very clear at what we are looking at, and forgive me because I know that Hillary Clinton, many of my listeners maybe voted for Hillary Clinton, you liked Hillary Clinton, that is fine. I did not, and I'll explain to you why, because you might be able to connect the
You just didn't vote, but you were hoping Hillary Clinton won. You cried when Trump got elected in 2016. You thought it was the end of the world.
dot here. This is why a lot of people who voted for Trump,
remember.
Some of them actually were just voting against Hillary Clinton in 2016. It was because of the nature of the campaign. It was whiny. It was that is what we resented truly about the campaign. You can't criticize Hillary Clinton because she's a woman. Oh my gosh, this person said this because he's a sexist. Oh my gosh, the reason why Hillary Clinton is struggling, or if you think she fainted, whatever, is
You just spent 20 minutes angry at Trump because he uploaded a nasty photo of you. And then the time before that, your last live stream, you were chewing out Trump because he said Bridget Macron was prettier than you. And now you're going to sit here and actually just become a massive hypocrite and criticize the reason why Hillary Clinton lost and whatnot? It sounds to me like you would support Hillary Clinton, which actually you did support Hillary Clinton.
Because
at that time.
It's because she's a woman. She's hyper qualified. Her husband's Bill Clinton. I will say Hillary Clinton is actually accomplished in her own right. But that was the whole attitude. It was like, we're not actually trying to get your vote. We don't need your support. We're too rich and too big to fail. She's too connected to fail. So we're just going to keep chastising you. And we're just going to keep lecturing you. And then we expect you to vote for her. That's the Erica Kirk campaign. Except it's worse. If I could pick, like if we have to go through another cycle of a grift, whether it's a feminist grift, like the Hillary Clinton one, which felt like it's because she's a woman.
Or Candace Owens grift, and also you still not bringing up George Farmer getting arrested. I don't know why you're not talking about your husband getting arrested for being a drunk driver and crashing his car. Mandy for the 5 says, OMG, the way I want to water. That Coleman man. No, absolutely. I get what you're saying there. I mean, you said that, but yeah. No, I don't blame you. Yeah, the Coleman guy. I should do a video on him tomorrow, maybe, because there is some crazy stuff kind of coming out about this. Whatever Coleman, Baron Coleman. There's some crazy stuff. 444 people in here. Thank you all so much. If you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's really all I ask. Thank you all so much for being here.
The race grift, where
people
couldn't express their opinions for a while post BLM, George Floyd. Or the widow grift, where they're doing the same thing. They're shutting down reasonable questions.
Yep, she's not really a widow, guys. She's grifting. Don't worry.
That are bringing up things in Hillary's past, whatever it is. The widow grift is the worst. I have to say, of all of them, the widow grift is the one that I actually find to be the most despicable.
It would be.
Because we all know that you're doing it. You just keep doing it. No,
prove it.
It's nobody's fault that Erica went to that event other than Erica.
It's not about the event, Candace. There was a guy who tried to assassinate people at the event. Why are you saying that's Erica Kirk's fault? Oh, she should just expect to get assassinated 24/7 now? Because you put a lie out there that there's an assassin on you, even though you get to travel everywhere with no protection? What are you talking about? She is flat out saying Erica Kirk is at fault for attending this event and literally having a guy show up that wished to do harm upon everybody in that building. This is some insane, psychopathic garbage. She is actually crazy. She is homicidal. That is what Candace Owens is. Candace Owens is genuinely homicidal.
Okay? We did nothing. We didn't hit someone up. We didn't say, hey, could you storm the barrier? Hey, Secret Service, do me a favor. Could you fire shots at each other so that Erica gets into a state of trauma?
That's not what happened. A guy broke through the barrier and tried to get into the hallway with a shotgun and a pistol. They saw it on him and they blasted it. They tried to blast him anyway. They sucked at shooting. And then they got friendly fire. That's not great. But here's the facts, okay? That never would have happened had a man with a shotgun not ran past them. That's a fact, Candace, and you're conveniently leaving that out. Why?
It's just, we're really getting tired of this. It's so disingenuous, and we can see what you're doing. And it's not moving the needle any. I get it. She's too big to fail. You got too much money. You got too many connections, okay? It's just that she's failing. So anyway, on the heels of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, she tweeted that she would be addressing her latest traumatization, and she did that today. She said, I need to spend time with my family.
Oh.
We should have pulled the tweet.
I guess Candace Owens will pull the tweet up, maybe.
She went literally in one sentence. She said, I after today's traumatizing shooting, I need to spend time with my family, and then I will be on the Charlie Kirk show on Wednesday. So I think she just needed 48 hours. And what we got today was objectively weird. It was weird for a couple of reasons. First is that it was 9 minutes, and then they just played Charlie Kirk clips for the remaining almost 2 hours. The second thing is that it was pre-recorded, okay? It was straight from the teleprompter.
Who cares? That's all of your videos too. And you admit that you read the teleprompter. I mean, it's very obvious you read the teleprompter the way you mispronounce words constantly because you're reading it on screen as is. What is your point?
And it was very clearly not written by her. But we can kind of go over the points that she delivered. And yes, there's been immediate backlash. And yes, I am already being blamed for the immediate backlash because it's always somebody else's fault when it comes to Erica Kirk, okay? So the first thing that's weird is the reason that she gives for people asking that question, why did you go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner? You literally just said you couldn't do your UGA commitment because there were credible threats and you couldn't trust the Secret Service to absolve them. Then you did an event with Trump.
That's not what she said. Her travel detail was leaked, Candace. Her hotel rooms were leaked. Her vehicles were leaked. That's where the problem was, Candace. The problem is that Erica Kirk, it's not that she wasn't safe at the venue, it's that she wasn't safe outside of the venue. We have explained this to you. You know this is the fact of the matter. And for some reason, you're still in total denial about this. And you're like, oh, well, she wasn't safe with J.D. Vance. She wasn't safe at all. That's her excuse, is that she wasn't safe with him and that this was supposed to be the most secure thing ever. What happened? And it's like, Candace, do you not pay attention to what people say? Do you just constantly make stuff up? I mean, it's unbelievable and it's infuriating at this point. Mandy, again, for another 5 here, says the woman that has an earpiece while doing your show. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, which constantly falls out too, which is kind of icky, but yeah, there's that.
Which relied upon the Secret Service, and then now you're doing another event, and it's like a press event, right? That actually Charlie hated. He always made fun of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So why do you feel obliged to show up here? And here is the answer that she provided.
Why are you still trying to blame Erica for a dude running in there with a shotgun? Why is that her fault?
Take a listen.
And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself." And I said to her, "You know what's so interesting? This is my first time at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I find it so fascinating, the dynamic that is going on right now, because everyone is all dressed up, and you guys are co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties. And so for one night, you are able to put aside all of your differences for the sake of freedom of speech. And then by Monday morning, things will go back to being an absolute bloodbath between all of you. To which she replied, literally, she said, I know. Isn't it special, right?
I mean, if that's true, that's crazy, right? But I'm not surprised, to be honest, because this is how they act. They literally just slander, and get all their stuff out there and try to get the biggest audience to follow them. And they don't care about who they destroy in order to get the most amount of clicks and the most amount of money. It's actually just sickening and disgusting, which is another reason why I really don't want to do advertisements on this channel. And it's another reason why I don't ask for anything from you guys other than just likes and subscribes, and that's it. Because I think when people get too wrapped up onto how much money they could possibly make, I think they start stepping on the heads of other people. They start cutting throats. They start getting crazy. I mean, it's sickening. And wow, I just saw that I have 521 people in here at one time. What is happening? You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys. So, why did I say it? Like, from the bottom of my heart. Like I was some like Southern, like, I guess I am in Oklahoma, but like just real thick Southern accent. That's funny. No, thank you guys. I have 521 people sitting here watching me right now. Dead. I'm starting to pucker. Not gonna lie.
So special?
Any buyers? Any takers of that? That she went.
Who cares?
Just for the social experiment of it all. And by the way, I know we're
her word's worth as much as yours, right? At least probably quite a bit more because you've been caught lying way too much.
not allowed to remember anything she says yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that when she sat down with Caroline Levitt on stage at a Turning Point event, she says that she didn't read the headline, she doesn't care, she's completely removed. We've been told over and over again that she's just not aware of what's going on. Now she's saying, I actually went to this event because I needed to confront these journalists who day in and day out, I actually know their names, which is more than I can say. I actually don't know the names of all journalists who write articles about me. I don't care to learn about their lives. I actually virtually never give them statements.
Yeah, but see, TPUSA is actually a correspondent. You know what I mean? For the White House, you're not because you suck. You lie too much. You don't do proper journalism at all. You just make things up. And so because of that, she's in a position to where she can actually talk to these journalists. You're not, because you either stay in your house or you go out on vacation everywhere. And for some reason, your French assassin is just so clueless as to where you are at all times.
My PR isn't open. You can just go out there and say, she doesn't care, she doesn't care, she doesn't care, because I just got tired of answering for things. But that's what we're getting. Now we're getting that she went there and she got dolled up. And it was because she simply just wanted to.
558.
And she even went to a pre-party, I believe, right? That was posted as well.
You guys are making me nervous.
But that was just because she wanted. It was a social experiment. Okay. And next, she is going to say something that is ironic. Okay. She's going to call out those journalists.
Candace is a little stuck right now. What's going on with this? She's got a lot of dead air in her show. It's a little weird, isn't it?
Because she's that's why she went to just like, I don't like you journalists. She's going to call them out for their reaction.
Oh, Lacey, that's so nice. No, I'm not. But that's so nice of you. Thank you.
To the shooting. Okay. Take a listen.
If you were in that room, you had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips. They were so concerned about getting a video in a room with an
You know how many people I saw underneath the tables, but their phones up like this? Like just giving their location away. It was unbelievable. It was actually one of the craziest things ever that I'd seen. Sorry guys, I am so sick. Like I'm much better now. Yesterday I was like death. But today I'm a lot better now. Crazy. I think it was COVID maybe. I don't know.
Shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so
they could have
desensitized
that
fight or flight became secondary to the opportunity of putting themselves into the story, which ironically breaks the #1 rule of journalism.
Agreed. Wow, I'm actually really surprised. The only other person, so I said this at the time when it happened, and Tim Pool was, I think, the only other person I saw going, what is wrong with these people filming during this lockdown? They should have been under their tables hiding. And now, literally, Erica Kirk's actually calling it out. That's crazy. Candace Owens probably didn't even think of that.
Anybody in the chat want to tell her what's ironic about that statement?
Sure, go
Anybody
for it.
remember Terrell Farnsworth? And when we said that was weird, they said it wasn't weird. And now Erica is basically going, who would record themselves in an active shooting?
He had taken proper cover. He wasn't poking his phone out there trying to capture what was going on. He recorded himself. That's a completely different scenario. What are you talking about?
This is Terrell Farnsworth, doesn't know how many
He was
shooters there
undercover.
are, doesn't know what's going on. Seconds. This is not even a minute after Charlie hits the ground and he's behind him. And
yeah, he's in a concrete wedge. There's no bullets that are going to hit him. That guy would have to come all the way down to him to get him. And if you're at a campus, you're probably going to be going into the campus and trying to do damage if you're an active person, right?
he recorded himself. Take a listen.
They just shot Charlie.
Yeah, look at the concrete.
They just shot Charlie.
Uh-huh.
They just shot Charlie.
He's near getaway vehicles. He's in the ideal location, actually. When I'm talking about people literally trapped in a room where if the shooter comes in and they have their phones up literally like this above their heads and stuff trying to film him coming into the room, that's a lot different. The guy is behind these vehicles off like that way. Over, well, that way. Kind of more of at an angle, but way over that way. Near the students. It's a lot different. He can make his way off campus in a few feet. You know what I mean? Little bit different. Okay, we've seen the video. We get it. 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 We're still here on the video. Wow. Candace has literally zero material. Nothing else left to like show for Charlie Kirk at all. No more evidence for Charlie Kirk. No more anything. She's just wasting she's just wasting time at this point. Eric says, for 10 here, thank you. Has Candace researched how many French, Egyptian, and Israeli aircraft were at airports close to the event? Wait, isn't the CIA, FBI, and Pentagon close to there too? Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Right on the money, you know what I mean? So, yeah, thank you so much for that. That's very nice of you. I'll thank anybody who does Super Chat, I will thank you at the end of the show. Nobody has to do that, but thank you all so much. You guys are very kind. He's also outside of the amphitheater. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Candace comparing apples with bricks, 1,000,000,000%.
I'm just pointing out irony. That's all. I know I'm going to get crushed for that. How dare you remember? I go kind of spend a lot of time on.
Yeah. He and the quartering announced that he's taking a little bit of a break this week. Spring break, I guess you could say. You know, that's him and his crew. They all came up with that. Outside of that, I don't know anything else
On this case, and it's part of the bizarre reactions that
I should get Joe Rogan on here. That's funny.
So I just think
That'd
it's
be
weird to
great.
call out journalists for the exact same actions that your team took. That
Hey, I'd
still
love
works for
to,
you.
but-
Taking down cameras, all that's a bit weird. But if they started taking
It's not weird when the FBI tells you to, but okay.
down cameras, you might think it was a little weird. Anyway, another part, which there's this random push coming from the White House, and you're going to hear us from Erica and from the First Lady as well.
Yeah, she is
I'm just starting
disoriented,
to
isn't she,
feel
Papa?
like they're coming after the First Amendment, right? And bizarrely, they're going after Jimmy Kimmel, which I'm again angry that this is the second time that they're going to make me defend Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, because you did have a history of calling
Hey,
him
everybody,
out
how's it
back in the
going?
day.
So-
I pulled up a video of mine on accident there. Oops. Anyway, Candace Owens has criticized expressing strong dislike for Jimmy Kimmel on a small number of documented occasions. There's no exhaustive public I don't care. Anyway, her most explicit public criticism came November 2024 from her show, TikTok, widely circulated as Jimmy Kimmel tears up over Trump. She mocked him as a sad, pathetic excuse of a crybaby man and told him to man up, put some hair on your chest, and called him so embarrassing for crying on air, saying it made her sad on behalf of his wife. Well, she had to bring up his wife into it. So she was even more personal about Jimmy Kimmel than Trump has been at all. Bringing up Jimmy Kimmel's wife for what reason? Okay. She had also made general negative comments such as her September 2025 podcast episode reacting to the temporary suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live after comments about Charlie Kirk. While defending his right to free speech and all that, opposing cancellation, she reportedly stated, "I want to be clear, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I think that he is part of the radical left, the people that are constantly shouting. I don't like him at all." Oh, okay. And now she's going to sit here and defend him under similar circumstances because he's literally making fun of Trump for nearly getting assassinated. But it's not okay whenever he does it to Charlie. Oh, that's a little ironic, isn't it? If he does it to Charlie, it's bad. If he does it to Trump, it's good. You should make up your mind, Candace.
They are trying to assert, and again, on the heels of Trump sharing that about me, on the heels of his advisors sharing this information about me, all right, going after my family, that it's actually Jimmy Kimmel's joke that is to blame for the White House Correspondents' incident, okay?
No. They didn't say it was him that caused it. He's part of the problem. You see, when you're going out there making fun of Trump nearly getting killed, and Trump has already had 8 assassination attempts on him total? Something like that. Some from his first term, most of them from his upcoming second term, right before he got into his second term. And yet, they're still mocking it and going, ha ha ha, he's gonna make his wife a widow, ha ha ha, Trump getting assassinated, ha ha ha. After that many times of assassinations, don't you think, why haven't they once made fun of Joe Biden for any kind of assassination attempt? And he hasn't even had an assassination attempt on him. Joe Biden has never had an assassination attempt on him, and yet they don't make fun of him at all for nearly getting assassinated or anything like that. It's kind of weird, right? It's a little strange, but Trump has probably been one of the most attempted assassinations on him in presidential history. And yet, let's make a bunch of jokes about it, quote unquote jokes about him. Oh, please, will you rid me of this president?
And Erica Kirk is going to underscore that as well. Take a listen.
If you can just pause and just take a minute and ask yourself, how would you feel if even just one person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one?
Candace literally attacked Jimmy Kimmel for making fun of, or not making, I guess it's not quite, it is making fun of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Specifically what he said is, we all know it was a right-winger that did Charlie Kirk in. That's what Jimmy Kimmel said. And Candace Owens criticized him for it. Now she's gonna call out Erica Kirk? Okay.
That is what Jimmy Kimmel did to the First Lady.
Yeah.
He said that she had the glow of an expected widow.
He was just a little short saying that she had Erica Kirk's glow. That's pretty much what he was saying.
The glow of an expected widow.
So
It's
disingenuous.
48 hours
Candace Owens literally talks exactly like this, by the way.
before that nightmare almost became a reality.
It was a joke. I can't do the Hillary Clinton campaign. I can't do it. That's how it felt. Trump would make a joke about
So the joke was bad when it was about Charlie, but now it's okay when it's about Trump. Okay.
something, and then they'd all get out and pretend it was super serious. And it's ironic because Jimmy Kimmel was a part of that syndicate of people that did this. And I said no, and I couldn't stand Jimmy Kimmel. And I still really don't like Jimmy Kimmel, but they're flipping it now on its head and they're Jimmy Kimmeling it. Okay, they're doing the thing where they pretend
Milk Bar TV's going to get on this, and it's going to be hilarious.
a joke is existential. A clear and obvious joke is as existential, and now the source of shootings. This happened because Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. She may have liked the joke.
Are you going to defend Hassan next and be like, yeah, kill those capitalists, let their blood run through the streets, or kill Rick Scott, all that stuff? Is that going to be your next move now? Okay, let's see that.
I don't love everything that's said about me.
Wow.
Oh well. But the big news, of course, is that as she got toward the end of this pre-written monologue, not written by her, was that she name-dropped Drewski and she name-dropped me. And that was supposed to be, I think, as they planned it. And this is why she's got to stop working with Blake Neff. It's giving Blakey Neff wrote it. I know he's her writer for things. This was supposed to be a moment of bravery or something, and it's going to backfire. Take a listen.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have...
Sam demand if there's any singles out there, I'm available. Well, hopefully it works out for you, man. Thanks for the $2. That's funny, though.
comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Correct.
Man, it's just not, the performance of all of this is not good. And before we get to her claim, in which people immediately checked her on, and it was not trending in a good way, it's not trending for her in a good way, the reaction to this, whatever this was
Oh, really? Because several times you have claimed that Erica Kirk murdered Charlie.
supposed to be, just an obvious lie. She wakes up to headlines and Candace Owens saying that she killed her husband. Now, I'll show you how they're trying to clean it up.
You said she killed her husband. You did that, Candace, and I will show proof.
Similar to UGA, it's going to be narcissistic abuse, where they blame it. They try a way to wiggle out of Erica lying, as opposed to saying, "Oh, she misspoke." Ooh. They're going to try to assert that no, Candace did say this.
Oh, it's all good, ginseng.
But overall, before we even get to that, the response has just been brutal, okay? Everyone is calling her out. They're saying that the look is wrong. People are making fun of saying that she looks like she came dressed up as the assassin that was walking up the stairs, allegedly. But also just her general demeanor. Okay, here are just some of the reactions. We can go through them.
So what did you mean by she's a black widow and J.D. Vance needs to watch his back? And also, what did you mean by she should write a book called I Didn't Do It, but if I did do it, this is how I would do it, just like O.J. Simpson. You even said just like O.J. Simpson, but also, just out of curiosity, what did you mean by I'm asking everything? First question, why did you murder your husband? It's kind of weird. It's a little strange, Candace. Why did you say that you were going to ask Erica Kirk, why did you murder your husband? That's odd. That's crazy how that works, huh? And I've already showed several videos, like, literally, I can pull it up right here. I'll just pull it up real quick. Why not? Let's take a lookie. We're going to see Candace Owens literally doing this. Let's see. So, which video was it? UPUSA member, Groyper attacks Erica Kirk for crying. Which one was it? I think it was whichever one has... Oh, here we go. Right here. Hey, everybody else. So, let's say, let's do Black Widow. Okay, we'll skip to... I think it's here. Is this it? Doesn't get found out about her Black Widow status, that she had done this to, Charlie. And that's loud. Sorry, guys. I'll turn this down. All that. And, obviously, if she goes down, the feds go down. You know what I mean? Pretty easy to see. Am I on the right thing? But, yeah, now they're just going to throw her under the bus and be like, oh, she's just lying.
And I want to say to JD Vance, you better wake up fast, okay? That's a Black Widow, my friend. You will get bit. And you should probably consult your wife on this matter. Women understand these things better. We know what women are capable of. Men.
So what's a Black Widow? What's a Black Widow again? Oh, yeah, it's whenever a wife murders her husband. Unbelievable, right? And now where's the, let me pull up the transcript. I'll just fast forward to it pretty quickly. And, OJ. There we go. Let's find, let's see. Like OJ did. Okay. Is this it?
Lie. I'm at the point right now, I want Erica to just drop a book like, If I Did Do It. Like OJ did.
It's so disgusting. You're such a bad person. There you go. And then we literally have a text message right here of her saying, I'm asking everything. First question, why did you murder your husband? I mean, for the love of God, this is getting out of control. You know what I mean? Absolutely out of control.
I guess I missed it. When did Candace Owens mention anywhere in the podcast that you murdered your husband? You didn't miss it. I trust gas station sushi.
What do you mean? That part where Candace flees? Where did I say Candace fled at all in this? What are you talking about? Oh, wow. My title is not updated right. Is my thumbnail still here? It's not the old thumbnail, is it? What just happened? Hold on. I did not realize my live stream was set up like this. This isn't good. Let me go to the page. What the heck? Why did it default back? Live. Let's see. Candace Owens flees, and that is not supposed to be the title. I am so sick of Rumble doing this. What's the thumbnail though? I can't even see the thumbnail on here. Is there a thumbnail? There's no thumbnail. There's no thumbnail on the stream. How am I even getting people in here? What the heck? Oh, and okay. Hold on. I'll fix this really quickly, guys. I'm sorry about that. There's not even a thumbnail on this live stream. What in the world? Just okay. What is on? Why these aren't even showing up in order? Well, that's really frustrating. Can I order them? Change your view. More options. Oh, this is so frustrating. It won't even show it in the proper order. How do I change the order? Okay, this is frustrating. Details, title, content, large icon, small icon. Why can't I do it in like date? Like I just want the date, the right date order. Oh, this sucks. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just gonna pull it open. What did I name the file? It's under images. It's there we go. Candy Catchist. Is that what I did? Yeah. Candy Catchist. Okay. Candy. I make weird file names. Don't judge me. There we go. So I can finally get at least the thumbnail uploaded. Sorry about that, guys. I'll play some Candace Owens videos now while I do this.
Sushi more than I trust Erica Kirk. The user writes,
sorry.
I was hoping you were going to address all the questions being asked of you. This lecture was pointless. We're just getting lectured every day. We're so tired of being lectured. This person writes, Candace Owens never once made the explicit claim that you murdered your husband. All she has accused you of is being a liar and a fraud. I don't even remember the original
title. And I know I had a great
when
title.
That is my repeat accusation, which I've proven that you lie, it's best not to lie in the monologue that you're going to come after me, right? Like that, come on, lights on, guys. This person says, so she's not resigning. She's ruining Turning Point USA. She should just go home and stay at her mom.
Much better.
And stay as a mom to those.
This was the title of my last live stream. So, you know, it's not clickbait. You can go back and see. Anyway.
Or kids that have no parents at this point. Here is another tweet. This person wrote, if Erica truly is just a grieving widow and not actually a bad person, which is now becoming harder and harder to believe, then somebody around her who cares needs to tell her the following. 1, her disposition.
YouTube fixed it, though, at least, but Rumble won't.
Is totally unlikable. 2, her delivery is completely untrustworthy. And 3, every time she opens her mouth, she digs herself a bigger hole. I would rather not tell a widow how to grieve, but I would advise a wannabe astroturfed CEO to go home and spend some more time with her kids that she claims to love so much. Here's another couple of funny tweets. Did Erica tell her stylist to, quote, give me the assassin outfit today? Another one, Erica Kirk trying to prove to us that she...
Okay, this is great. So we're just going to show some slander.
All right, not try to kill her.
Oh, wow, look at this picture. I guarantee you Candace doesn't even know who this is. Miss Veronica Vaughn right here. Playing Sonya at the beginning of the original Mortal Kombat movie. I forgot her actress's name, but very cool actress. She ended up getting pregnant and doing the right thing, starting a family and whatnot to step away from creepy Hollywood. And I think she's back now on NCIS or something like that. I don't know. But it would have been awesome if they recasted her. Veronica Vaughn here, you know who I'm talking about for Billy Madison. If they recasted her as Sonya instead of the actress that's playing Sonya now in the newer Mortal Kombat, who I don't really care for too much, to be honest, but okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Anya Vanillion, why didn't they talk about Erica before Charlie died? You know, she was just stay-at-home mom. And I don't know. I'm wondering, I think Candace knew that she didn't want to say anything negative in front of Charlie about Erica. I think that would have been a bad idea for Candace in general.
Husband. These are obvious jokes, guys.
Thank you
I know
so much
they're
for
now
that too,
criminalizing
by the way,
jokes,
Anya.
but these are jokes, okay? Erica Kirk out here dressing like Eminem when he got sober. I did not see that one before. That's very funny.
It is just a dress shirt and a hat.
This person, why is Erica Kirk wearing something that looks eerily similar to an Imperial officer's uniform from Star Wars? It fits the theme music when they walk out. Oh. So yeah, across the board, people are laughing, they're mocking it, they're saying it was, you're lying, and also it's just weird. It was weird. And
Name the lie real quick.
Awkward.
You still haven't. What did she lie?
Speaking of the lying, which, like I said, many people called out right away, as that person said, I've never made that statement on this podcast. Of course, they instantly then started realizing that they needed to defend it. And of course, they came out with 2 different...
The new actress is just, I don't know. She's just not very Sonya-like. And, well, maybe it's not the actress's fault. I always do this. And pay no attention to me when I say that. That's really an ignorant thing for me to say. Not the actress's fault so much as it is the way they made the Sonya character. Sonya was a total badass in the first Mortal Kombat movie. In the 90s film. Just awesome. She didn't need to prove herself or anything. And this Sonia, they made her like so happy to get this mark on her by killing another guy and just being, she was so overpowered. She killed Kano while Kano had his Arcana. He could shoot lasers out of his eyes. He got super strength as well that you get from your Arcana. She beat him to death and then got his Arcana. And then immediately she's shooting and doesn't have to do anything preparation or figure out how to even use it. Like everybody else did. Even Jax, her superior, took him literal months to get his Arcana to work. Are you kidding? It's so frustrating when they do that. I don't know. She didn't have to put any effort in. That's what I'm frustrated about, really. Lila Rose for 13 Canadian says, I guess going to Italy for her confirmation was just a basic photo op and trying to convince people she believes in God. I have to agree. Because really, she was there with her buddy Nick Fuentes. She loves that guy. She really likes her some Nikki.
Excuses, okay? Blake Neff came out and said, well, Candace didn't say it, but she implied it. She implied it in the episode where I said...
No, you didn't imply it. You said she was a Black Widow and you said she did it. That's you. You did that.
That the police should drag Erica in for questioning. That Charlie would have already been dragged. He probably would have been arrested until further notice and asked questions if we had found this many holes in his story. Like, of course, they should have her phone.
But the police might not have holes in the story. That's the thing. There's so much evidence that is going to be presented at the trial that's not public. That's your problem. And you're not satisfied with that. Even though that's how every single murder case has ever worked, ever. In the history of our, entire country. But, okay. Yeah, we'll make an exception for this one only because you don't approve of it.
They should be asking her
Candace.
questions about various lies because that's just how it works. So that was Blake Neff's
Wow, there are almost
excuse.
300
Now,
likes on the stream?
Andrew Colvet's
Thank you,
excuse is
guys.
even more bizarre.
Wow.
Andrew Colvet is going to present an out-of-context text message, which looks like it got passed around at Turning Point USA. Look, I got to give Andrew Colvet, like, they're never on board with, they're all like running in different directions, but he is the king of the narcissistic abuse of the public, right? He instantly comes out and starts chastising us.
Okay.
And he can never just be like, you know what? I would have instantly said she fumbled over her words. She meant to say that she feels Candace implied it. But of course, that would have been...
No. She didn't feel Candace implied it, though. You not only implied it, you said it. You said Erica Kirk is a Black Widow. You said Erica Kirk should write a book. I didn't do it, but if I did do it, this is how I would do it, just like O.J. Simpson. That's not just implied. That's straight up saying she did the murder. Unless you think O.J. Simpson was innocent. I mean, if you think O.J. Simpson was innocent, that's a different story, I guess.
A hard sell because it's very clearly scripted. And look, you have all over the internet, people are calling her out for lying. Why would she utter that statement? Why would she say that I accused her of murdering her husband? And
Because
as it was going viral, too many people obviously watched the show. So they just clocked it immediately. So Andrew did his thing, right? To prove this was real, he presented a screenshot of a text message joke. A joke definitively sent by me.
You were just joking when you called her a murderer.
And I will say right now, Andrew Colvet, you have my
Okay.
full permission to release the entire conversation because how
You should do it. You always keep all your text messages. How about you release them all? How about
dare
that?
you remove this joke from its context, okay? And it's a message that had never been revealed to the public. I stand by it.
MTX for the 2 says, isn't Aubrey the one she said wasn't her source? Yeah, absolutely. Aubrey also went there. I believe it was Aubrey, right? The TPUSA person went to Rome with Candace as well. And Eric says, for the 5 here, says, still can't work out why the defense haven't contacted Candace yet. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Candace should be able to just get Tyler Robinson off scot-free. Yet the defense doesn't want anything to do with her. Isn't that weird?
I'm assuming employees passed
Funny
this
how that
around.
works.
It now kind of explains why so many people got fired. I think I'm grasping some understanding of that. And he presented it as an authentic exchange. Despite the cry emojis, I was being asked what questions I planned to ask Erica when we met up at the end of December. So you recall at this time, this was during the week where Erica was going viral for her interview with Barry Weiss for a number of very funny reasons. And they were pushing real hard in the press to assert that asking Erica any questions was despicable, off record.
Nope, nobody's ever said that. Nobody's implied that. Nobody's even done anything like that. Asking questions about Erica Kirk's totally fine. The problem we had with everything you did was TPUSA betrayed Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk betrayed Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk's a Black Widow. Erica Kirk did it. All that other stuff, literally straight up accusing her, saying that they literally hired all these people. They were at these fake meetings, plotting Charlie Kirk's murder. And then you're like, I never suggested anything like that. It's just crazy. It's wild,
and
right?
it equated to accusing her of murdering her own husband. Okay, so I sent this as a joke, an obvious joke, which they know is a joke because when I met up with Erica, I never asked this question, and I was being funny, and I still think it's funny, actually. I said this in response.
It's funny to make fun of a widow saying she murdered her husband. Okay. At least now you think it's funny. I mean, when Jimmy Kimmel said it, literally, I don't know, what was that, September, 12th or 13th, something like that? You didn't think it was too funny then. But now you think it's funny. Okay.
And that's on, this is the tweet. The person is asking, what are you going to
I'm asking everything. First question. Why did you murder your husband?
ask her? At the bottom here, you can
It's
see
just
I
a
said,
joke.
I'm asking everything. First question, why did you murder your husband? Cry emoji. And again, the context of this.
You also said that your husband didn't get arrested. You also said that your husband did not drunk drive and crash his vehicle. You said this, Candace. You said he didn't. Here's his little mugshot. Here's the whole entire thing. Oh, let's see. He wasn't drunk, right? Let's see here. Let's see. Once the subject was medically cleared, the suspect was transported to... Oh, right. Let's see. Officers could smell the odor of alcohol. Answer questions with yes or no, all this good stuff. He failed every single test. He failed to follow instructions to keep his hands at his side and his head still. The subject continued to follow the stimulus with his head. He fell onto the officers while attempting to follow the stimulus. I mean, come on, Candace. We got the receipts for everything you lie about. Now, all of a sudden, it was just a joke. It was a harmless little joke when I said that Erica Kirk killed her husband. Oh, it was just a little joke. I never said it. But now that I caught that I did indeed say it, it's just a joke. MTX for 5 here says, I said it in public, made a whole series about it with a thumbnail so blatant I had to change it. But when I said it in private, I was joining. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. So thank you so much for that again. You guys are amazing. I have the best audience.
Fun of Barry Weiss.
I absolutely
and
love you
Ben
guys.
Shapiro and the syndicate of people that had come out and said that asking any questions about Erica Kirk at all was akin to just saying exactly that you murdered your own husband. This was never released to the public. It's a private conversation. So to pretend that that is what Erica was responding to today, how disingenuous can you be, Andrew? You have to get tired of
You could just back your claim, Candace.
it at some point.
Shouldn't
You
be
just
that
gotta
hard.
get tired of it. Again, I will assert publicly, you have my full permission. Go Max. Release the entire chain. I have nothing to hide when I said and I assert.
Here's the problem, though. He doesn't actually have the entire chain, and Candace knows this because Aubrey sent this in a text message. Look down here. This is a screenshot. This whole thing right here is a screenshot. Okay? So Aubrey would have to be the one to release it, not Andrew Colvett. She sent it. Well, I don't know who she sent this to. Aubrey sent this to somebody. Okay? Because you can see the text down here. This whole thing right here isn't a text thread. It's an image. Pretty simple, right? So while Candace is sitting here going, oh, Andrew, release it all. She knows that he doesn't have it all. But you know who does have it all? Candace Owens. Candace Owens has all of these texts because she keeps all these texts. How creepy is it that Candace Owens wouldn't keep all of her text messages? She would only keep Charlie Kirk's text messages. Is that what Candace is telling us right now? She deletes all of her text messages except for Charlie Kirk's? Someone had a big old crush, didn't they? Someone's a little jealous that they didn't get married to Charlie.
Asserted several times. There is not a single thing that he can point to that I said on this show that was
Erica
leaked
didn't
to
know
me
about the
by
text this
Aubrey
morning?
Lynch.
Yeah, probably.
From December 15th, okay? Post getting fired. Obviously, she
Thank
spoke
you
out.
again,
And
MTX, for that too. Thank you so much, man.
I had many conversations with her. But nothing was leaked to me about that I presented on this show about anything that was going on internal. So pretending that this joke that went around of I'm the first thing I'm going to ask her is why did you murder your husband? Like, why are you gay?
NF Caps, yeah, I did see it. I don't know if it's real or not. Personally, I actually really don't care that much. I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing's weird. The whole thing stinks to high heaven, but, At the end of the day, I can't necessarily debunk it. Maybe she got confirmed, maybe not. I don't know. It's just strange.
A little over the top. Release it all. Let the public judge. I have nothing to hide. And in this investigation, when I went into that room, I believed that, Erica was being a little weird, but I thought that I was going to get straight answers. And then she lied to my face. And from that point on.
And still, you have yet to back proof for anything that you have claimed here.
When I clocked her on those lies, and when the public kept repeatedly clocking her on lies and seeing your reaction to it.
Name one lie. You still have yet to name a lie.
Like it is right now, I grew increasingly suspicious of Erica. I remain suspicious of Erica. I think that is any person who is being honest. Why don't you respond to what I'm actually saying? I am saying that donors are telling us that that was an AI video.
Prove you ever spoke to a donor. You didn't.
Or an AI audio that you presented of Charlie Kirk. Wouldn't that be a great time to clear that up? If you're going to sit there and you're going to point the finger.
No, you need to provide proof that a donor ever told you that. You made that up, Candace. You never, ever showed that you ever talked to a single donor. You just came on one day and said, oh, I talked to several donors. Really now? Okay, why not tell us who they are? Because it's not like they're going to have people coming after them. What are they afraid that? Like TPUSA? They're wanting to win over their donors right now. They're not forcing people to donate to them. So what do they have to lose? It doesn't make sense.
You're at Candace Owens. I would have said, and it is egregious that Candace Owens is implying that we would make this up, that Charlie didn't want me to take over. And then you slam dunk, show the video of Charlie Kirk saying in Aspen that he wanted you to be the CEO.
There's no proof that there's ever a video at all, though. Nobody's ever said there was a video.
I have made a lot of claims.
She called it a clip.
About you lying, and I stand by the claims that I have made on this show. Okay? I stand.
But you stand by him so much you will not show a single shred of evidence. That's the problem we have with you, Candace. You make claims, you stand by said claims, but you will show zero proof to back those claims.
By the claims I have made, like I said, I spoke to multiple donors that were at that event. It is strange that you will not release that video. It is strange that you are now pivoting to a
prove there's a video too.
Private text message thread to assert that I said you murdered your husband. What does that mean?
I'm sorry, but did we misread this text message? I'm asking everything. First question, why did you murder your husband? You did say that. You admitted you said it.
Did you shoot your husband? No, I'm not accusing you of shooting your husband.
No, you're accusing him of murder. You're accusing her of murdering her husband. You just did that.
What I am assuming that I have been open about on the show is that it reeks of dishonesty. And that people told you this. There's something about your general nature that comes across as very dishonest. You don't seem to be interested in the very many holes. I wouldn't be able to stomach sitting or standing next to Kash Patel, and yet you do.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. NF caps. If it's only significant because if she didn't do the confirmation, it proves she's even more of a liar. God himself put lying on the same level as murder. It's the original 10 Commandments. Well, yeah, for sure. But here's the thing. I can't prove it, so I don't know if she's lying about that or not. However, I mean, she absolutely 1,000,000% lied about her husband getting arrested. And here he is. Here's Georgie. Such an adorable face for prison. For jail, anyway. Could do well in prison, I think. I think he'd do really well in prison. I think people would be quick to have him on their side. Not because he's like a strong ally, but because, man, he's probably the cutest boy that they've seen in prison in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But she lied about it. I mean, here's his total arrest record. Here's his date of birth. Here's his arrest date. I mean, everything. George T. Farmer, everything. And she said that never happened. She literally lied. She literally lied.
You're sitting here at a White House Correspondents' Dinner. Why don't you ask him to give the defense what they need if you want a speedy trial, victim?
Speedy trials are literally for... No, I keep wanting to say defendant. Man, why can't I think of it? The prosecution benefits more from a speedy trial than literally the defense. And the defense is not going to allow a speedy trial to happen. It's not going to happen. As long as Tyler Robinson's team decides there's no speedy trial, there's no speedy trial. That's the way it's going to go. That's a fact. And nobody wants to have a speedy trial when you're on the defense. That's ridiculous.
Oh, no, I'm just there.
And not to mention, if it was a speedy trial, they would go ahead and move forward with this case, even though they don't have any of the evidence, as you claim. The fact that it's not a speedy trial means that they don't have a choice. They're going to have to be given all the time to look through the evidence. So, what are you talking about, Candace? Again, you should probably have talked with a lawyer about this.
For a social experiment. Well, you're standing next to the FBI director that's holding up your case. I wouldn't be able to stomach looking at Kash Patel, and you can. I'm sorry that
what are you talking about? They're combing through every single bit of the evidence. You do realize, and this is what's funny, right? It's taken the prosecution this long to go through all the evidence. And they said they have terabytes and terabytes and terabytes. And literally the defense team is like, oh, it's going to take us months to go through this. Well, why do you think you got that evidence so late? Probably because it took them months to go through all that. You do realize that just as long as the defense needs to go through all the evidence, it's going to take the prosecution the same amount of time to comb through all the evidence? Why would they go through it? Why are they capable of going through it faster? Can you at least explain that?
we're all noticing these sorts of things and keeping track of the very many lies that you and Turning Point people have told. Biggest of all, which no one wants to address while they're putting on this widow grift, is the lie that you told about the surgeon going rogue, Erica. How about responding to that? The surgeon went rogue. Andrew Colvett went rogue. I wasn't a part of the conversation. You lied about that, Erica.
Can you prove it? Prove she lied. Back the claim. I'm able to prove when you lie. You should be able to prove when she lies.
Big lie. That's not a small lie. Okay, I'm not coming after you like the internet was in early days for wearing hot pants with JD Vance. I don't care about that. That's not relevant to me, how you style your hair, how you want to do your makeup, how much eyeliner you want to put on. That feels petty to me. But you lying, allegedly, according to donors that were present, about Charlie saying, I want you to take over if I get killed? Yeah, that matters. You lying about the surgeon and
can you prove he didn't say that?
Beginning the entire story about a Superman neck, but actually you were on the phone, but you lied to my face and you're pretending.
Can you prove that there was any lies there either?
Do I have to take that because you're a widow? No, that doesn't work for us. Okay. That does not work for us. In fact, Baron Coleman called this out. The widow grift and trying to tell us that she's allowed to lie to us because her husband died is so on its face absurd that it should be rejected by all people everywhere. Take a listen to what Baron Coleman had to say on his show.
Okay, let's listen.
Nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in any religious tradition.
Okay. Immediately, he's not even going to try and debunk anything that Erica has said whatsoever, and he's not going to debunk any. Okay, cool. I'm glad we're going straight to the Bible for this one. All right. Let's not stick to evidence or anything like that. Let's go straight to the religion.
Does it say, if you're a widow, you get a free pass to lie to anyone you want, to gaslight everybody you meet, for everything you've ever done in your entire life that is dog doo-doo?
Okay.
You just get overlooked. No one
can you provide proof, please?
allowed to bring it up. No one's allowed to talk about it. For the rest of your life, everyone has to fawn all over you and support you because, my God, you're a widow. It doesn't exist. I've looked at scripture. It's not in there. Erica, Graham.
That makes him look so intelligent, by the way, guys. That makes him so intelligent. Let me go grab my Bible and just start ripping it apart here and going, where is it at? Screaming at a camera. That's what you would actually call performative. I would never do something like this. I don't need to grab a Bible and shake it around. We know whether it's in there or not. It's not that difficult, man. Jody for the 5 says, the FBI hasn't been involved in the case for months. Candace doesn't know S about the case. Charlie didn't plan to be killed at 31. Well, obviously. And you know, it's kind of funny, you know, because Candace has kind of implied at times that Charlie may have been involved in this to a degree. It was kind of weird, right? She never talked about, like, her big breakup with Charlie ever when Charlie lied directly to her face. She hasn't mentioned that one again. I think that was a little unpopular. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, what is this? How is this proving anything? Nobody has ever, like, I have said it from the beginning. If you want to question TPUSA, if you want to be in on this conspiracy and all that, I don't blame you for it. The problem is when the accusations come out. When you sit there and say as a fact, TPUSA did this to Charlie. Erica Kirk did this to Charlie. Erica Kirk is a black widow. Erica Kirk murdered her husband. Erica Kirk should write a book like O.J. Simpson. Literally. when you say things like that, Candace, that's the problem that I've had. This is what I've been calling you out for 7 months now. You guys realize in 4 months, it'll be exactly 1 year since Charlie Kirk got ended? 4 months. 4 months from now, guys. Like, that's crazy. It'll be an entire year. And yet, Candace Owens has not dropped a single receipt on anything. In fact, she's had to retract receipts, quote-unquote receipts. She had to retract her entire statements on the Egyptian plains. Never to be seen again. She promised us December 16th that she would post them to her website, and she will not do it because she got proven wrong. She got completely and totally proven wrong. And now she's hiding from that.
Gary, not in here. Andrew.
Okay. Nobody's ever made the claim.
Doesn't say it.
Nobody's made the claim.
There's no requirement. I support her as the head of TPUSA. There's no prohibition on
What
me
is your Bible on
criticizing
sticky
her
page?
for
Ew.
documented falsehoods. None.
Okay. Nobody's made the claim.
And I'm tired of this gaslight play.
Nobody has claimed
We're
that
all
you cannot question a widow. Nobody has claimed that. I've not seen anybody claim that whatsoever.
Of being gaslit all the time. We are so tired of them moving the goalpost and problematizing us, clocking the lies as what is problematic. Like, it's problematic that you recognize that she is lying. It's problematic that she keeps lying to your face and you keep noticing it. And she just moves to absurd excuse like, oh, well, there was this private text chain where Candace said, Erica, did I actually, when I arrived, did I say, did you kill your husband?
You said it in the text, Candace. You said you've never said it before. You straight up said, I'm going to ask her why she killed her husband. You did it. You just own up to it, Candace. There's no point in trying to wiggle out of this.
Oh, so it was probably a joke, Erica. It was probably a joke, and you should share the
Loretta for the $1. Thank you so much for that. You guys are way too nice.
full context. Don't retweet.
Thank you so much,
as
Loretta.
she's done. Andrew Colvett. Oh, no, that's the excuse for why I just said that publicly. This private chain that nobody saw. Everybody recognizes that as a lie. You guys just keep piling on the lie.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. In FCAPS, it's a specific Utah law that the victim can demand a speedy trial and the judge can only not honor that request on a genuine need for things like a new counsel needing to catch up. Yeah, you can for sure, but there's not a judge that's going to go over the defendant for that because the defendant is the one that's the accused, so they get the most benefit of the doubt. So it would be really, really, really rare circumstances for a victim to actually get that request granted. It's typically not granted. It's hard. It's not going to be granted. They're not going to do a speedy trial. It would be a little weird if they did. I understand giving the perpetrator the benefit of the doubt since the courts are coming down on him and having to prove that he did it. The proof of burden is always going to be on the state. So they're going to give him as much benefit of the doubt as possible. But Candace is going to try everything she can to sabotage it too, which is hilariously ironic.
And again, you can't get on board with the same messaging. Blake Neff already gave a different excuse. Well, she implied, Erica, no, it was this joke that happened in December. Private joke that happened in December. That's the reason we're saying that with the crying emojis. Nobody ever makes a private joke, obviously, that what she meant was that I killed my husband.
Oh my gosh, here, Jeff.
Okay?
You're awesome.
Stop being ridiculous. Please hire a new PR team. You are not smarter than people in the public. You just aren't, actually. So
it's okay when Candace goes for the low IQ comments. Okay.
I that's honestly going to be your only saving grace is to just exercise some humility.
Thank you, Becca. You're too nice.
Just come out, say, I am sorry I canceled my event at the last second to UGA team, right?
So in most states, you're right, Christopher. Only the defense can request a speedy trial. But in Utah, they actually do allow for the victim to also request a speedy trial. There's a couple other states I think that allow it. Let me see all the states.
I was embarrassed to come out because there wasn't a lot of people, and I'm under a lot of pressure right now. That works. Humanity works, okay? I did tell a stupid lie about the surgeon. It was a big lie. It was a really dumb lie. I don't know why
Can you prove that he did, though? Can you prove that he actually lied and the surgeon didn't say it, though?
I said it. You know why I said it? Because I was advised to by a really stupid PR agent. That's probably what happened.
I am incorrect. All 50 states and the District of Columbia allow victims to request a speedy trial through statutory or consensual victims' bills of rights, often phrased as the right to proceedings free from unreasonable delay. Very rarely, though, and that's probably where I get it from for the most part, I very rarely ever see a judge actually do a speedy trial unless the defendant agrees to it. So it's going to be the same throughout pretty much every state. I thought it was a Utah thing though, to where a victim could actually like request it, but I guess in all 50 states a victim can still request it. But yeah, it's not going to happen, guys. Unless the defendant wants a speedy trial, it's not going to happen. I can pretty much guarantee that. It just doesn't.
Right?
I believe the victims for the Idaho 4 also requested a speedy trial. And of course, it didn't happen. So
deny that in the face of overwhelming evidence. Respond. Have the courage to respond. Okay? Stop with the Hillary Clinton campaign. If people want to ask Hillary Clinton questions about her past and what she did in Haiti, it's not because she's a woman. If people want to...
Wait. But you don't want to question what she did in Haiti, but you're going to question all day long like what this Victor dude was doing in Haiti. Okay.
Ask Erica Kirk questions about her past, whether or not she...
A scam artist, all right.
Made up the AI video or AI audio of Charlie Kirk saying, I appoint my wife to take over me if anything happens.
Prove it's AI.
Answer the questions meaningfully. And if you're going to the White House Correspondents' Center to face people face to face, by golly, Erica, why don't you do that now?
She did it to you in December. She came to you in Nashville when you refused to go to TPUSA because you're a coward. Are you kidding me? She already went face to face with you, and you have not proven anything that was said in that discussion that went in your favor. What are you talking about? She came to you, Candace. What an absolute coward.
Why don't you have a round table with the people that are causing you the most grief? Get Baron Coleman. Do it live so the whole world can see it, right? So it's not behind closed doors.
You refuse to do a live show with them.
As I've said thousands of times over, this does not need to be in person, okay? Don't make unnecessary hurdles. Answer the questions once and for all. Just answer the questions. These are big accusations, Erica. You lied. When I sat down with you and did this, you lied to my face.
You could try AI, right?
Doesn't work like that. You don't get to do that, especially when it's regarding a murder. The murder of your husband. It's a weird thing for a widow to tell lies pertaining to Superman next and to throw it on a Dr. Lee Trotter and to claim that you weren't on the phone when you were and you facilitated that entire conversation. That's weird. That's not okay, Erica. So
I think it is pretty well okay because you haven't proven a single thing that you just claimed.
That's all I'll say about that. Okay, now speaking of lies, I'm very happy to now clear up what I was actually doing in Rome. Like I said, I'm on no clock now to respond to varying absurdities. We left off before I went to Rome, and it was Candace and her husband are living separated. I think this was according to Laura Loomer. We were living separate.
Oh, that's the lie you want to address. You don't want to address like you go in there with Nick Fuentes and the TPUSA staffer Ian Carroll and who's the fourth person? There was a fourth person there. I don't know. And then of course the Pope flying in at the exact same time. Okay. Yeah, you don't address any of that. Let's just address like if they're living separately or not. I could care less if you are living separately from George or not. That in no way, shape, or form interests me. I do not care. You guys could be the happiest couple on the planet. Fine. I don't care about this. Who cares about the drama?
In two different houses, and I had dual citizenship.
Okay, here we go. AI, though. I said, does the soundbite of Charlie Kirk sound like AI the way Candace Owens claims? No, it doesn't definitively sound like AI in the conclusive way that Candace Owens claims, but it does sound unnatural robotic to many listeners. Okay, I don't care about you taking like what other people's opinions are, though. I'm asking Grok if it thinks that way, you know? The soundbite you're referring to is an audio clip played by Turning Point USA at AmFest and referencing in other events, in which Charlie Kirk supposedly responds to a donor's question at Aspen Retreat weeks before September 2025 assassination. In it, he alleged that he would want his wife, Erica Kirk, to take over leadership of the organization if anything happened to him. TPUSA has presented this as a genuine pre-recorded statement from Charlie. Candace Owens and many of her supporters have repeatedly called it fake, edited, or AI-generated ChatGPT. Her main points: it lacks accompanying video footage, even though it was supposedly captured in a semi-public retreat setting. The delivery has tonal inconsistencies, abrupt insertions, e.g. the successor line doesn't flow naturally with the rest of the speech, and overall off quality. Okay, these are their complaints, though. What do you think? Let's see. Public reactions. Okay, I don't care about that. Why it might sound AI-like, but isn't proven. Modern AI voice synthesis or even basic editing, noise reduction can produce exactly those artifacts. Overly smooth, breathy delivery. No, it's usually like a staticky sound. What are you talking about? I listen to a lot of AI music too, every now and then it'll pop up and I can tell immediately that it's AI music because there is a, like, white noise or maybe even pink noise level distortion that's always behind the voice clips. And anyway, inconsistency, prosody, sudden clarity, changes, or seems. Okay. Bottom line, it does sound off-robotic enough that a lot of people, including Candace Owens, immediately think AI. The perception is real and matches her claim. It doesn't really sound like AI to me at all. It was very echoey, though, so it made it a little bit more difficult, but usually those distortions and those artifacts will be amplified by echo, and I've shown that on my guitars and stuff, that whenever you make a mistake on it, it will repeat those mistakes often. So it's kind of one of those things that I cannot in confidence at all say that it's AI. In fact, it does not sound like AI to me. And I'm a guy who listens with my ears way more than anything else. I've learned to completely not listen with my eyes, you know? I have decent amplifiers and guitars. And it took me a while to realize, oh, I'm using my eyes to listen to my music instead of my ears. I don't actually need crazy gear to make good music. And so it made me realize speakers are way more important, stuff like that. Not the guitars, not the pedals, not the amplifiers. Your speaker cabinet, actually, of all things, is the most important part of your entire guitar chain. They're not flashy, they're not fancy, but they will change your tone more than anything else you could possibly put. And yet, that's what I had to do, is ear train myself. Candace Owens does not have that ear. She's not a musician. She doesn't know what to look for. So when I say it's not AI, it actually means a little bit more of something than what it does for Candace. Now, am I going to claim that I'm an expert? No. Are there people out there with way better ears than me? 1,000,000% there are. 1,000,000% there are. But I know for a fact Candace Owens is not one of those people.
Of course, none of that is true. Then it was George is in a secret gay relationship with Milo. Proof presented was an AI photo.
Milo's the one who said it, though. And you like Milo. So why don't you actually discuss that?
Of him wearing a Ricky Martin type silk shirt. Very clearly AI, by the way. Just to say this, George had never even met Milo at all, not once in London, until the day that I interviewed him here in this house. That was the first time that he said hi. That's it. Also,
yes,
I'm
Milo,
hiding money in a trust from Brigitte. That again is just showing legal stupidity. You don't have no idea.
Let's bring this back up. This is so much fun. I love this, Candace. Okay, I can't explain it, but you guys have boomer energy. You're so cooked, bro. The ratio, total glory per W, glory per curse incoming. This is back in August, but when Charlie was alive, by the way. How do you not perceive how middle school gay this comes across? Think of your own thoughts, say your own words, and then he says, hey, Grok, did Milo claim that Candace Owens' husband is a gay man? And it says, yes. Milo Yiannopoulos publicly implied George Farmer is gay in a December 2022 Telegram post, quoting Kanye West, calling him the gay George Farmer, amid campaign fallout. He has repeated similar insinuations on podcasts like his own show. Sources, Newsweek, Vanity Fair, and reports on their feud. Let's see if Milo's deleted any of this stuff, too. Milo Yiannopoulos. Let's say, George. I regret making jokes about this in the past. The only evidence seems to be an absurd allegation, you know. But anyway, that's funny because he says, hey, Nero, since you're on the warpath outing closeted gay men, what about Candace Owens' husband? I heard he assaulted men and stuff, you know? And he says he regrets making jokes about it. Now they were all jokes. Okay. Let's see. George Santos, George Floyd. Let's see if we can get down to the actual. Did he delete it? He might have deleted all of them about George Farmer. Let's see. George. Isn't this fake George? Which George is this? Oh, George Santos. He's really obsessed with George Santos. Weird. Let's see here. George Farmer. Well, yeah, I think he did delete all of his tweets about that. Let's see here, though. Instead of this, Milo, Yiannopoulos, George Farmer gay. There we go. There's some things that I would love to have my history shown, you know. Okay, latest maybe. Is there any screenshots of him? Okay, here we go. I think this is it. Right here. Oh, here it is. Alrighty. So, Candace is a wealthy woman who could have done anything and had anything. Her marriage made almost anything possible for her. But she has a fatal flaw. that resurfaces anytime she's operating without strong male oversight. She doesn't know she's stupid. I love that. At the Daily Wire, Candace was waxed, tweezed, and plucked and together on course to maybe one day be as big as a network anchor in her own way, despite her obvious mental and emotional shortcomings. Plus, obviously, the loco for Cocoa Puffs. Ice, BITCH vibe from having a gay husband. Let me tell you something, Candace Owens. Husband is getting plunged. This is amazing. I love it. I want to make something clear, Candace. When I said your husband was gay, I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at you. What does that even mean? It's disgraceful that Candace thinks she has a... Okay, can't... Almost slipped. That almost came right out, guys. Wow. I caught myself very quickly there. Pass simply because her husband is a Nancy boy. He's a wee Nancy boy. I love it. That's so funny. Oh my God, that's actually really funny though. I mean, when I think of the work I had to put in for that thing. Wow, he really actually is claiming that he got involved with Milo. Hilarious, Candace. I thought you just... Let me rewind this just a little bit for Candace here.
How Brigitte. Also, I'm hiding money in a trust from Brigitte. That, again, is just showing legal stupidity. You don't have no idea how lawsuits work. But then...
I think I didn't go back
here
far enough.
In this house, that was the first time I met Milo at all. Not once in London. Clearly AI, by the way, just to say this. George had never even met Milo at all, not once in London, until the day that I interviewed him here in this house. That was the first...
Oh, well, let's see. I'm actually curious. I'm really, really curious because it does show Milo with him. Let me see. When did Milo first meet George Farmer in person? I'm not going to try to spell his last name. Hopefully Grok just gets it.
Time, and he said hi. That's it. Also, I'm hiding money in a trust from Brigitte. That, again, is just showing legal stupidity. You don't have no idea how lawsuits work. But
well, I would have believed you, Candace. I actually would have believed you on that one if you didn't lie so much about your husband actually genuinely you lied about your husband getting arrested and being a drunk driver. You lied about that. Now that you've gotten caught lying about that, I have no reason to trust whatsoever that you're not trying to hide money in a trust fund now.
And when I went to Rome, right before I went to Rome, came her exclusive report that I was potentially paid $500,000 by the Southern Poverty Law Center to communicate.
She asked a question, Candace. What's wrong with questions? What's wrong with questions? Was the SPLC paying Candace Owens $500,000 a year to plagiarize David Duke? With a question mark. She's asking questions, Candace. What's wrong with questions?
David
I thought you
Duke
liked
talking
questions.
points. Was the SPLC paying Candace Owens $500K a year to plagiarize David Duke? And I just didn't respond to that because it's just so kooky and so crazy.
Yeah, it's probably better if you don't respond to it because if you actually end up saying no, people might check you on it.
She doubled down and she said, because she saw me flying with my husband, that David, she rumbled me. I was fleeing the country because of her stunning report on the Southern Poverty Law Center. And due to her reporting, I was fleeing to Rome. And
even I said that's probably not the case. I found it to be funny, and it was very sensational to say you were fleeing. But at the end of the day, you met up with a lot of people in Rome who all went to Rome at the exact same time. So it is a little weird. I don't know, Candace. I think you actually ended up having a meeting with quite a bit of people. And guess what? If you get to claim Fort Huachuca, then I get to claim that as well.
Taking my money to Rome, right? Candace Owens had to abruptly cancel her show today and travel.
Okay, here we go. So the earliest, let's see here. Where was it? So it says no interviews, post articles, any of this. The earliest confirmation connected in public sources is a 2019 photo of them together, George leaning in close to Milo at what appears to be a social gathering. Okay. And was that after, when did Milo end up meeting George on her podcast? Let's see if this is a lie then. Because if the podcast was before 2019, then she's not lying. But if it's after that 2019 date, she's lying.
Abroad, she never alerted her audience of her travel plans. Interesting how she's fleeing the country the same day that I reported her Zionist Jewish lawyer dropping her ahead of an important deadline in her lawsuit with the Macrons next week. Remember, I exposed her secret trust where she's hiding nearly $12 million in real estate, among other assets. Her other lawyer's firm specializes in bankruptcies.
Oh, I got a $2 Rumble thingy from Rusty here. Bridget Macron should do the Candace Chronicles. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe she should. Maybe Bridget Macron should.
Moving her money abroad and
That'd be
hiding
funny to
assets
watch.
so she can file for bankruptcy. She's fleeing the country. At Emmanuel Macron. And she alleges she's in communication with him now. Wow, I am, woo. By the way, it's like 2026. You don't got to get on a plane to move money, man. Just send a wire, right? You don't have to get completely crazy. And then,
Yeah, if let's say you send a wire, there's called a trace on that. But if you have cash and you put it in a suitcase, who's going to catch you with that? Genuinely curious. That's kind of a silly thing to say. That's silly to even suggest. Oh, just send a wire so there's a paper trail, right? Instead of just having money with no paper trail and taking it with you? Okay.
and once I got to Rome, the story was that I was meeting with Nick Fuentes and David Axelrod and Aubrey Leitch of Turning Point USA.
So Candace Owens literally claimed the podcast was 2025, I think. Let's see here. So episode 224 and 234 is when she claimed that he came onto the podcast and met him. This is 2025. We definitely have photo evidence they met in 2019. So Candace Owens did indeed just lie. Am I getting this wrong, guys? Candace Owens, yet again, caught in another lie pretty easily. There's a 2019 photo of him and George together, which Candace was with George at the time, right? Candace got with George. I think she got with George in 2018. When did Candace Owens get with George? She could have said that she introduced him. Yeah, December 29th, 2018. She could have lied and actually just said simply, I introduced Milo to George. That's when they met. For the first time was with us together. But now you said, no, they met for the first time literally at a podcast? On your podcast? I mean, it's crazy. In those episodes, George Farmer, Candace Owens' husband, is referring in passing, mostly in context of prior 2022-2024 drama and Milo's public allegations about him. Okay, so yeah, she's saying that they didn't meet until 2025, and yet there's a 2019 photo of George and Milo talking to each other. It's amazing how easy it is to catch Candace Owens directly lying to her audience. Unbelievable. Good job, Candace. Way to screw that one up. You should have thought before you said that.
To have an anti-Trump summit, which was funded by Qatar. I think I'll just read the tweet in its entirety because this is the person that you can actually see why they don't want to deal with her in the White House. You can see what they don't want. They don't want to have to keep responding.
Oh, okay, and that's why she's still there, right? Okay.
To clinical insanity.
Okay.
She wrote, are the radical left and the woke Reich currently converging in Italy for a secret anti-Trump summit just days after Barack Hussein Obama's top advisor, David Axelrod, met with the Pope. They all suddenly appeared to recruit them. The woke AI photo.
Okay.
Joke. An obvious AI photo joke from Aubrey saying, happy birthday, Candace. I guess the three of us decided to get on a small scooter.
Okay.
So the reality, just to clarify for everyone, is that I went to Rome with my husband and my children, who I am not living separately from. Thank you very much. My husband, who I love dearly.
What about the other people you went to Rome with? You going to mention them?
And no, this was not an abrupt trip, but a completely planned, as it is when you...
It was so planned, you forgot to tell your audience. And you literally didn't, people just had to find out the hard way. And then you didn't say anything on your trip, which is unusual, because normally even when you're on vacation, you still at least tweet. So, yeah, it just totally wasn't abrupt. Okay.
Have children, you don't just pick up and flee a country. But it was a planned trip to Rome, which I actually sort of announced back in March at the Catholics for Catholics event when I said this. To be a Catholic is to suffer. Our reward is not here. And I can't tell you how encouraged it is with all of the fighting that happens every single day to be in a room filled with people who share that same heart. And I just want to thank you guys so much for welcoming me and allowing me to be in my infancy, hopefully maturing and toward my confirmation, which will be next month. God bless you. Thank you so much.
How is that a hint? How is that even a hint that you're going to Rome? What? Dude, we thought you were going to get confirmed at your Catholic church. Do you normally fly to Rome to get confirmed and you didn't get baptized in Rome. You didn't get any of this stuff going on in Rome. So why would we automatically assume, oh, well, she's getting confirmed. She's definitely flying to Rome. What?
I was so nervous about this trip for 1,000 different reasons. Took this
Okay.
very seriously. Obviously spaced out the baptism from the confirmation because I understood.
You know what I think? I think she forgot that she mentioned that there was an assassin after her. All Candace had to do was say, oh, I just don't mention anything anymore about where I'm traveling to because there's an assassin after me. Like, why not say that? At least lie better, Candace. Do better lying.
The differences between those sacraments, and I wanted to take it very seriously and go around the sun a couple of times and really understand what was happening in the church and in my missal and asking every question that I had to ask. And it was an absolutely beautiful trip. I was confirmed in the old Latin.
Why not at least say you didn't go there with Nick Fuentes? You never planned to go there with Nick Fuentes. You never planned to go there with Ian Carroll. You never planned to go there with the TPUSA ex-staffer, Aubrey or whatever. Why not say that? Why not say that, Candace?
Right, by a cardinal. My priest flew in from London, so that was part of the reason why I had.
I bet most of the time she didn't learn how to wax on, but instead was spending most of her time wax off. But, I mean, we'll see.
No response to Trump because I told my priest I would chill. And he was there when that happened and that went down. And he's just given me the best advice. And it was just, I can't even explain to you guys how amazing the trip was and what it felt like, how absolutely, I was just nerve-wracked the entire time. I don't know why. I was just so nervous and completely overthinking my confirmation. And yeah, it was just a blessing. It literally was a blessing. And so that is a Scooby-Doo mystery. No, I did not see Aubrey. I did not see Nick Fuentes. I did not see David Axelrod.
Would you keep your eyes closed during the whole time with that blindfold? Is that what happened? Is that why you didn't see him?
And yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that I have been confirmed. I'm very excited about that. Something that I wanted to share with you guys. And I did really just forget.
Every one of these people she mentioned, by the way, flew into Rome on April 23rd. Just pointing it out there.
Yeah, obviously we recorded the Corby Hall episode because we were trying to cover for Thursday, and I just kind of didn't, we pre-recorded it, so that was probably why I didn't think to mention.
Oh, you pre-recorded it? What a crime.
It's done, and I'm very excited. So thank you guys, especially.
Yeah, and everyone fly to Brazil for Brazilian wax.
And the Christians worldwide.
Exactly.
That have kind of seen the journey and understand what we're up against. I know that it can sometimes feel so ugly, but that's kind of the process of fighting for what's right and fighting for what's true. And I feel even more prepared in many ways for the fights to come. And yeah, I guess just to everyone, every single person, even you guys who are not Christian yet, or I know that many of you guys have at least been putting your thoughts toward me and hoping for me and my family and praying for our safety day in, day out. We're not the ones that complain every day and tell you about the threats that we endure. And
two of them didn't quite make the cut. She was like, nah, I'm only bringing 2 with me. I can't handle 4.
Tell you about how insane these people are and how difficult they try to make our lives, because I don't want my show to become a wine fest. I think
Your show's nothing but a wine
picks
fest.
his soldiers. You are never given more than you can handle. And maybe that really is the lesson from my butt ugly face that Trump shared when I got some uglier pics. So have someone on your team call me, Trump. If you really want to go for the jugular, I could show you.
Well, apparently that is one way to go for the jugular, because you could not shut up about it.
It got worse than that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And we'll be right back after a brief break. All right, you got families to them. You're no matter minutes. Really coverage and complicated. Also remind you guys about American cards. To keep it off Congress' pocket. So to be safe to take home for next episode. Yes, please. Let's get into some of your comments. Actually, did we pull a top comment from last episode? Yes, we did. NFC Boys writes, this man was basically insolvent and broke, both personally, referring to Corby Hall, and his business. And he gets an offer to sell 50,000 guns and he turns it down on principle. What a man. The response has been really amazing to the Corby Hall episode. And you can sense people's authenticity.
Yeah, I don't believe him for a second about any of that, to be honest. I would suggest getting a little bit more proof to back it. Like, he could have showed text messages. He could have shown stuff. But instead, he only shows 2 text messages, and one of them has Victor's name completely cut out of it for some reason. It's a little weird. So that's all they managed to show. And there's nothing else to corroborate anything else Corby mentioned whatsoever, which is Really, really silly.
I also want to let you guys know, Victor Marks, he's posting all these videos. He never replied to my Instagram at all. And I followed up and I said, it's weird that you're posting all these videos and you have not replied. I think the last time I checked, that was like 3 days ago.
Okay, so he has to reply on Instagram. Like, can you keep your stuff like in kind of one area? You know what I mean?
So that, yeah, there's been no response. And like I said, his like little alpha macho man thing is not interesting to me. He can come onto the show and he can join.
Yeah, George probably was with Nick in their hotel. That's probably why she didn't see Nick. She can't bear to look him in the eye. I bet Nick brought his blacklight too.
And we can do it live and he can present his side of things. I'm happy to have that. And I want to make sure that he has the opportunity to do that, but that's going to be on my terms and not on his. And also, like, I don't want to be in the room with him after everything I've heard, which I think is fair. I think that is spiritually discerning of me. Harry Taylor writes, I'm probably your least likely subscriber. I wasn't a fan of Charlie in the least, and I wasn't historically a fan of yours either. Your methods and your research are impeccable.
Didn't she read this one last episode? No. No, hold on. If she actually did this. Wait a minute. It proves that she is absolutely not legitimate about this at all. That's crazy. Hold on. Okay, 8 days
Is used
ago.
as such.
I've gotta find out. Hold on. I'll say least likely. Okay. Least. Okay, there's only 2. Least testimony. Maybe not. I could have swore. Let's see. Subscriber, maybe? Nope. I swear I've seen this before. Did she post? Maybe she posted it to X.
And you seemingly immediately uncover the BS and bring it to light. You are loyal, brave, and fearless, regardless of politics or preconceived notions or clips of things I've heard. I respect the hell out of you. I'm rooting for you in regards to Erica, Charlie, and the French dude and his husband suing you. Continue kicking ass. Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, if they could see the jokes that I write in my phone about Brigitte, like, it's just, yeah, that's just.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you never said it, and then now that you got caught, it's a joke. That's just very convenient. Eric with the 20. Holy crap, man. Also wondering why the French wet work team who came in on an Egyptian gun-running plane would need to steal a fancy U.S. weapon they wouldn't be familiar with. Pretty sure there are decent gear in Europe that they can use. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing, too, is why not get him with the weapon that is most likely to just end his life? Why take chances? Like, honestly, if I were going to do any kind of, like, assassination, I would use the 30-06 because it's going to get the job done. Why would I trust anything else? What would be the point in not using that and letting that be a decoy? A much bigger round that people will be able to question. Like, nobody would have questioned if that dude was on top of the roof and he got him with an AR-15. Nobody would have questioned it exiting whatsoever. So why not literally use the weapon at the range that it's sighted in, get it done? Why not? That's why I believe the 30-06 was used, without a doubt. And even Corby, on her show, the very show she's talking about right now for the most part, or just a few seconds ago, even said if it was a core lock, which I'm not sure what that round is, but he said if it was a core lock, I could see the 30-06 doing that. So, even he disagrees with Candace.
There's a lot there, and you know we.
Oh, thank you so much again. Thank you so much for that, Eric. That's awesome. Thank you.
Gone through a lot. Oh, that's actually a great time you brought up France for me to tell you guys that. For my confirmation name, I picked Saint Joan, Joan of Arc, and I just felt like there was a lot of synergy there, and also it happened in 1429, which I think it's like my birthday's 429. And I do feel like, especially if you guys are in the book club, we are noticing that like all roads kind of leads back to France when we talk about Freemasonry and things of that nature. By the way, the book club on Friday, we'll be wrapping up this book, and then we're reading my book next, which is really exciting. So if you'd like to...
Is it called I Didn't Do It, But If I Did Do It? Is that what your book title's called, Candace? Oh, man. That would be a great book title. I think you would really like it.
Buy my book. It's available on, I think it's still available on makehimasandwich.com. And you can also buy it on our website. You can buy a hard copy. You can do an autographed bundle if you want something that's signed. If not, and you're not in the book club, why aren't you? You should absolutely be in the book club, and we learn a lot. It's really fun. And this book that we just read in particular was fun because I hadn't read it before. I'm reading, obviously.
I can't find it, but I've seen that. I have seen this before. Why have I seen this? This right here, the Harry Taylor. I'm probably your least likely subscriber. Like, I have seen this exact message. Was it like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I promise you guys this. I am gonna get to the bottom of this for sure.
Next. Okay, getting into today's comments, Riley England writes, happy birthday, Candace. So much fakeness and gayness while you were out. On a real note, congratulations on your confirmation. My mom and my little bro were in Rome as well. No! And had an audience with Pope Leo this morning. So cool. Praying for you always. Love from Houston. I hope your mother and your little bro get my instructions as I left them beneath the Vatican. I did not meet the Pope. I did some tours around the Vatican because I was with my kids, and they obviously, my son especially, wanted to see the Swiss Guard. It was a total normal family vacation. Jubica writes, love you, Candace Owens. Thank you so much. That is so kind. I also see that is euros, so thank you from wherever you're from. Next time you do that, please tell me which country. I love seeing how many countries around the world watch our show. Angie Lynn writes, Candace wants all the smoke. She does not know how to duck. Happy birthday, my sister in Christ. I have no choice. They're constantly coming for me all day, every day. And everyone is just so disingenuous. I just wish they would just be honest. And like I said, I am willing to host these people on my platform and to have a conversation regarding the Charlie Kirk investigation. That includes the neocons who are now just full on lecturing us at all times of every day and gaslighting us. I would love to sit down with you. I care. I am passionate about this case. I am passionate about justice. Justice does not mean looking the other way when Charlie's widow tells lies. No, that doesn't work.
Proof she's told a lie. Name one.
Woke Now writes, my wife is going through what you went through with your skin, and 7 years ago, she had a similar freak accident with her ankle. We thought her condition was related to surgery. Thank you for your transparency. Yes, it is. What's weird is that, like, I'm sure there's always like trace amounts of mold. Like, I've lived in older houses and it never happened. And I'm not educated on why that leak would have caused that reaction, but
it didn't. You're full of crap.
Tell your wife it gets better. It really does get better, and the exhaustion and all of those things, and it needs.
I have seen that comment. I swear to you, I have seen that comment. 1,000,000%. It's freaking me out.
The diet is the only way. I mean, I was like deathly ill, obviously, after doing that diet, but it does get better. We should sell get well soon cards with my ugly face on there, right? Like, we should sell the Time magazine. I'm going to put a note for that. For David, that would be great. So people can get people cards when they're going through something and just remind them that no matter what you're going through, you never know. You could fast forward and the president of the United States could be using your photo. So smile. Boise Jet Guy writes, Candace's transparency is toxic mold to Turning Point USA. It makes them look fugly. It makes them completely incapable of forming a coherent sentence or answering questions.
Sometimes she says something like damning in this, but
you have
right
my
now she's
full
not.
permission to share that entire conversation.
You know he doesn't have the entire conversation. He's got the screenshot. It's your buddy that you went to Rome with and you who have the full conversation. So how about you release it, Candace? Did you only keep Charlie Kirk's text messages? That's a little suspicious. Those are the only text messages you saved?
Context of that was a joke, and you just have my full permission.
Oh, my luck.
I am totally okay with that. I trust the public to be discerning. Schleywalt writes, happy birthday. Text me back. We love you. Congratulations on your confirmation into the Catholic Church. Your photos were absolutely beautiful. Candace is a winner. She wins so big, like the world has never seen.
She wins
Donald
so
Trump,
big.
Probably allegedly. Definitely not. He's very clear. I am not cute at all. Old Dog writes, happy birthday, Queen. Never stop. Truth will reign. Thank you guys for all these birthday wishes. Megan writes, happiest birthday, Candace. Cheers to a year of being filled with devotion, grace, and wisdom. I think I'm going to write a book.
Let's celebrate
from
your birthday
Charlie's
with some
lens
alcohol.
Called My Friend Candace, to teach children to choose their
Celebrate
friends
your birthday
that
here.
will have their backs always. Oh, so sweet. That is really, really sweet of you to say.
So
Thank you,
nice.
Megan. Eugenia writes, for all the happiest birthday. To the most whole and complete woman in every way.
It's my birthday. It's all about me.
You are the best. I wish more than anything to meet you and bond. I know we would totally get along, sister. I'm sure we will. I feel like I know all of you guys. I look forward to doing the show.
I don't
every day.
think I'm
I love
the
what I
best.
do.
Most
I
people
love my
tell me I'm
family.
the best,
I love my life. I love my kids. I know that that's something Tucker always
But
says
if
too.
they're
He's
going to
like,
say
my
I'm the
life is so
best, I'm glad
filled.
that I am the best.
My life just feels so fulfilled in many ways. And sometimes you look around and I'm like, man, did I deserve this? You know, and it's just, yeah, God has been very, very good. Kelly Martini writes, some ish always going down when you take breaks. Yes, 100%. It's like full on attacks whenever I am on a break, and it's because they know that I can't respond to it, and then they could like put out all this in you.
I've never been afraid of your response, Candace. In fact, I am still willing to go right on your show anytime to debate you. Anytime, any day. You said anybody at any time, any day, I will drive to your house, Candace, and I will come onto your show. Name the time and date, I'll do it. But,
Innuendo.
Nobody's
I am
afraid
glad
of you.
though that, I didn't respond to it because it was just such a special trip. And I was like, nope. It felt like a wedding day for me, my confirmation. I was that nervous. And I just was like,
closest
no,
thing to a real wedding she had.
you people are not going to ruin this. I have looked forward to this for so long, and they didn't. So there's that.
No, you didn't. You would have told everybody if you were going to Rome.
They just could not encroach on my happiness. JQ writes, please no, dear God, don't make us listen to Erica. That's worse than Chinese water torture. Love you, Candace. I just don't know how they don't realize how whiny it's gotten and how insincere it's gotten and how everyone can kind of see that outside of their orbit of influencers. So
how whiny it's gotten. Candace, you did this entire show. You have not shown any evidence to show that Charlie Kirk was ever betrayed or anything like that. All you did was respond to drama. You spent the majority of this video responding to Trump calling you ugly. Like, what is this? What is this? I just wanted evidence. I wanted you to refute the fact that your husband got caught drinking and driving and crashed his truck, got arrested, and the most you could say was at the very beginning of this episode was that it was a fantasy, and then you moved on from it, and you are refusing to pull up any of the evidence to debunk Laura Loomer. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess it's, like I said, kind of deluding yourself and not realizing that the world is not with you. And, calling people names, it's just not going to work.
That's what you do all the time, though.
Damned writes, keep on fighting the good fight, Candace. The demons and loonies are in such denial as they fear what you are all about, the truth. God bless you and your family always. Thank you so much. And Seven Sheets, who always supports the show, thank you, Seven Sheets, writes, I'm assuming you're referring to this Laura Loomer clip. That was the roughest minute of Candace Owens, this show that I've had to endure. But thank you because you are enlightening, inspiring, and unifying. Strangely, none of your detractors are. We are here for it in faith and in prayer. I think a lot of people just aren't happy, and that's what it gets down to. I think that's what they want. They know I'm happy, and I think that drives people insane who don't have that sense of completeness in their life. And they also hate the fact, obviously, that my voice is not owned. And so I will never ever bend the knee to emotional blackmail, any of that. Like, just let the public have it. And I don't want to become what people in DC are. And yeah, that's why I think a lot of you guys enjoy the show so much, and I'm grateful to have the platform that I do. Anyway, we did a long show today, 82 minutes. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Well, she failed to address anything involving this at all. All she did today, all she did was just at the very beginning go, oh, she released the drunk driving is a fantasy or whatever she said about that. Like at the very beginning of this, that's all she ever said. She refused to come over any of this arrest records, any of the tests or anything like that he had to do. The BAC was 0.261. Completely failed to mention any of that. It's amazing, isn't it, guys? Absolutely amazing. Whew. But anyway, my wife is now starting to get sick, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to kind of cut this short today. I'll be on much longer probably tomorrow. We're going to be going over a lot of stuff tomorrow, but the video, I did record a video about all of this before going live, like right before going live. But I think I'm going to have to re-record it and release it tomorrow because of this little intro where she said that it was just a fantasy, and then she doesn't mention it again. I really want that to be in the video, I think. I really want her to do that because she's never going to bring this up again. Candace Owens will ignore this all day long, and she's going to try and just pretend it'll go away. That's what's happening. It's kind of crazy, right? So I got to go pick up some food and whatnot because it's a little late, and I am not going to stand in front of a stove right now. Not going to lie. If I stand up, I am surprised. Like, I'm not coughing more right now. I had to mute this a lot during this live stream. And yeah, Ooh, but it's all good. I think we ended up getting COVID, actually. Genuinely. Like, it's really weird because normally colds don't last 3 days long for me. So, a little unusual. Usually happens this time of year, though. It's always April or May. We end up getting sick nowadays, and ugh. Dang. Yeah, it just sucks, but it is what it is. What's going on in Virginia? Is there something going on in Virginia right now? Just type in Virginia. What's happening? Virginia and California both put up for a vote by the people. It's not a redistrict. Be whiner about the law. Democrats always seem to break the law in order to get it done. Yeah. What's going on right now? Huh. How Virginians vote? What Dems think a fair way to represent VA's voters? Yeah, no joke. No joke. Virginia's mostly red, and yet they want to get rid of that. Virginia, vote yes and stop Trump. What's this? Is that going on right now? Oh, no, that's April 21st. Let's see. That does not look like a fender bender. Yeah, that is not a fender bender. No, it is certainly not. That is a totaling. Look at that rim. Look at the rim on the vehicle. Like, he blew out his tires. That is insane. Like, that is some crazy impact. Let's see. Trying to see Supreme Court decision today. Oh, okay, on the redistricting. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely, I'll probably do a video over it tomorrow then. That's the case. Jeremy Boring's most recent video on Eric is great. I'll definitely have to check that out. Genuinely, guys, thank you all so much for being here. I don't think I've ever had 500 people in here at one time. Let's see, the peak was 592 people in here at one time. And the craziest thing is I didn't even have a freaking thumbnail uploaded. And it reverted my title back to last week's stream, so it shouldn't have even gotten pushed out because YouTube does not like replications at all. They'll usually not let that get out very far. So that's a little unusual. I can't believe that happened. I'm going to have to like triple check Rumble because I'll show you right now. This is what it looks like. And this is what it failed to update studio settings on streams. It just does this sometimes. It's really, really, really frustrating. So I had to redo this. I bet if I refresh it. Oh, okay, good. It kept it this. Nope, it went right back. See? Look at that. Look at that. Told you. It was not me. It went right back to Candace Owens fleas, trolling Candace Owens fans and leftists. It's so frustrating. And you guys saw that it was different before. Hopefully that didn't change this again. Hold on, let me make sure. Candace Owens, and it did! It changed the YouTube back to Candace Owens fleas! No. Here, wait, hold on. Let me refresh again, make sure. Let me just make sure. Candace Owens busted. Okay. All right. It didn't change it back. On YouTube, anyway. But it changed it back on Rumble, which is frustrating. I don't know how to fix that. So, it is what it is. Oh, well, I'll do better next time and make sure. Oh, it did get rid of the thumbnail again, I think, down here. Upload image. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for understanding that. I'll make sure it doesn't happen like that tomorrow. So, I got to go get dinner now. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. And, yeah, I will. I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later. Oh, wait, no. No, I won't. No. I still have a little bit of work to do, guys. First of all, I got to read the people. I got to at least thank everybody who donated. Because nobody has to do that at all. That is very kind of you all to do. So, Lori Love, thank you so much. Mandy, thank you for the 2 5s. Eric, I got a lot to thank you for. Holy cow, dude. You did like, I think 30. Sam Demand, did a 2 there. Anya Vanillion, did a 2. Lila Rose did a $14 Canadian. MTX, $2. Eric Gross, MTX, twice here for $7. Jody for $5. Loretta for $1. And Eric again here for the 20. Yeah, so that makes the 30 all there. Thank you all so much. Thank you guys. Seriously. You guys are absolutely amazing. I don't know what I did to deserve this, to be honest. You guys are awesome. I am so grateful to have such an amazing audience. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.